cool thing is, and this is what I told the team right before we left the hotel, like, if that streak ends today, it's going to be because of us and because of what we do on the field and because we go out there and do our jobs. It's not going to be about anything that the Louisiana Raging Cajuns do when that announcement is made, right, that the streak ends. It's going to be because of what the Rice Owls do.
Amen to that. And they've played two different quarterbacks. Fields listed as their starter, but Woolridge played a lot better last week, especially after that long delay they had. What do you make of their quarterback situation?
Yeah, I think it's hard. Obviously, I don't know what's going on their practice field, but I think the kid that came in and was 12 or 13 against Eastern Michigan certainly led their offense well. The production he had, the efficiency he played with. So it will be interesting to see if and when he enters the game today.
And Coach Morgan on their defense, what do they like to do?
They're very similar to the 3-down teams we've played in the past, where they're going to do a great job two-gapping you. And, a two-gapper is blocked until he's not. And then the next snap, they're going to move the front left or right and do it in a violent manner. So we've got to do a great job handling movement and then winning our one-on-one battles up front when they are two-gapping. From the secondary standpoint, they're going to do some really interesting things. But at the end of the day, although things may start one way, they're going to end up in a cover 4 or cover 3 look 90% of the time.
All right, finally, what's a matchup or two and some keys in this one?
Yeah, I think the matchups are really good. You've got two good football teams that have good team speed, that are pretty dang physical up front and kind of hang their hat on it. So I think you're going to have a great battle. When you talk about keys, I think it's going to be very simple. Like, who executes at the highest level, who protects the ball, and who is the most physical team. And I certainly hope it's going to be our Rice Owls tonight.
Amen to that. Coach, thanks. I get that W, right?
Thank you.
Dunleavy family head football coach for Rice Owls, Mike Bloomgren, starting lineup and opening kick coming up next. It's Rice football from Learfield.
Rice fans need a place to stay while watching your Owls play ball? Located just steps from campus is the Hilton Houston Medical Center. Visit us today at houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount. Again, that's houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount now.
Buy the best for less at Shoppers. Shoppers has the lowest prices on John Deere tractors. Don't leave money on the table with the best tractor at the best prices of the year. Shoppers makes it so easy with just a few clicks at our website. We dare you to compare. Go see our specials by Googling Shoppers at SHOPPAS. Build the tractor package of your dreams with our Build It, Price It, Own It tool. And we'll deliver your John Deere tractor for free. The best for less at Shoppers. All things John Deere.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Houston Methodist injury report right now here in our Houston Methodist Hospital pregame. Nate Griffin, the Owls, without DeBraylon Carroll. That's not good news because we love Debo. He missed all of last season, but Blake Banish, the way he played last week, big old boy is growing up fast on that defensive front. And the Owls, knock on wood, have depth on that defensive line right now.
They have a lot of depth, and I like Blake Banish also. 5 tackles, 1.5 sacks last week. 6'3", 324 out of Needville. And you know who he's a teammate of, right?
That'd be Big Bad Brad.
That'd be Big Bad Brad from Needville. So, yes, I do like that. I think he gives them a presence in the middle that they might, and I won't say have been missing in the past, but he gives them a different kind of presence than DeBraylon Carroll, in my opinion.
And on the offensive side, late in the week, John Long was cleared. He will start at right guard for John Hughes. Isaac Klarkowski still out at center, so Shea Baker is getting his second straight start, snapping it to TJ McMahon. Jason Metco, quick conditions. How are things down on the field right now as you look at a big alleyway as the Owls are about to come on the field right now?
Hello, boys. Clear skies for the most part around Rice Stadium, about 85 degrees, a small heat index of around 93. Not too bad for mid-September. Looking forward to this one and see what TJ McMahon can do in his last 6 quarters of action here, guys. 32 of 49 for 465 yards, 1 pick, but 6 touchdowns.
You stole my stat.
I'm sorry,
It's
Nate.
called a pick.
All against Louisiana
called a pick.
teams as well, too.
Just teasing you, buddy.
Got Rice and Louisiana coming up next. Starting lineup and opening kick as the guys make their way down the path around that nicely filled in ivy growing up below that Patterson Center window. Stay tuned. Coming up next, Rice and Ragin' Cajuns. Coming up next, it's Rice football from Learfield.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable corporate transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable team transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable corporate transportation, do like the Owls and go Win. Book at gowin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Whether running a marathon or walking your dog, every movement matters. But when you're in pain, simple activities can feel unbearable. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our specialists can help you heal faster using the latest technology, minimally invasive procedures, and advanced physical therapy. As the top-ranked hospital in Texas, we have the expertise to keep you moving and help you get back to doing the things you love. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Hey y'all, this is Michael Felder, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way through the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to get your favorite podcast. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
There's really not much you could pick nits at after Rice's 52-10 commanding win over McNeese last week. How about those 5 turnovers forced? It's not by accident, says Trayshawn Chamberlain, who had 1 pick.
That's something that we preached about with down and distance and alignments and any of those type of calibration that we could put in before the snap.
Dunleavy Family head football coach Mike Bloomgren.
It was a good team win. It was really good in all 3 phases. Really proud of the guys for the way they responded. I thought we did have the growth we wanted from week 1 to week 2. We've said it many times before, but the fun is in the winning. It's great to be a part of a victory locker room after that game and see how much fun those guys were having.
This week, the Owls play their 3rd straight home game against a team from the Pelican State. Bloom says there's been a lot of life lived since Louisiana last lost. A span of 15 games, the longest streak in the nation.
We talk about it as the longest winning streak in college football, but certainly the longest winning streak in pro football or any major football for that matter. They've done a phenomenal job. And like I said, the big deal is seeing Coach Napier go to Florida and several players leave their program, but they seem to just be lining back up and picking up right where they left off as they're coming in here 2-0.
But this will be a good challenge for our entire offense as a whole. The guys up front protecting and hopefully us being able to push the ball down the field.
Bradley Rosner on the challenge this week. What's the deal with all these Louisiana teams at Rice Stadium? No complaints. Owls looking for another home win, and it won't be easy. Join Nate, Jason, and me next for the Owls and Ragin' Cajuns here. This is Rice football from Learfield.
On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Owls football.
Back to pass is Constantine looking deep down the left side. In stride Patterson catches 25, cuts at the 10, just like that. Touchdown, Rice Owls.
Owls football is brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 716, lighting up Rice University and Houston for over 100 years. Carbach Brewing Company. Carbach, it's crafted for fun. And by The Parking Spot. The Parking Spot. We have airport parking covered.
McCaffrey back at quarterback. Snap, fake, roll out to the short side, right, walk the dog into the end zone, touchdown, Rice Owls. Lane takes the snap, fakes to Myers, nothing there to right, goes over the middle, caught, it's caught, touchdown, Rice Owls.
Now, inside the Little Woodrow's broadcast booth, alongside Nate Griffin, here's the voice of the Owls, J.P. Heath.
Rice Owls in the Louisiana Ragin' Cajun, a blue-gray type of day, and the Owls are wearing those blue jerseys and gray helmets. The Owls have won the toss, and they have deferred. Owls captains out there in those spiffy blue jerseys and the 50th anniversary headgear commemorating the great accomplishments from Staley Vincent and company. Breaking the color barrier here at Rice. Trey Schumann, George Nyakwal, Josh Piercy, Shea Bakers. The Owls will be on defense. Nate, quick like, an Adidas Earn Your Stripe key to a Rice Owls victory here this evening.
I like something Gabe Taylor said to me in the pregame. He said, the one thing the Rice Owls have to do defensively is stop the run. I think that's a pretty good point because Louisiana against southeastern Louisiana, they rushed for 133 yards. Against EMU, Eastern Michigan University, they rushed for 149. So if you can stop the run, make them one-dimensional, you may be onto something, especially since they have two quarterbacks instead of one. And then number two, I like something that Mike Bloomberg said in the pregame show to you. You know, look, the Rice Owls, first of all, they're going to have to be gap sound offensively. The offensive line is going to have to do a good job of protecting T.J. McMahon today. If they're able to do that, I believe the Rice Owls can control the line of scrimmage and score some points.
I need some turnovers. The Raging Cajun have gone 7 straight games without committing a turnover. Obviously goes back to last season. Can the Owls keep up that turnover mojo that they had forced 5 of them last week? Get some turnovers. Those are Adidas Earn Your Stripe keys to a Rice Owls victory. Louisiana about to have the ball. We believe Chandler Fields will be the starting quarterback. The redshirt sophomore from Metairie, his 3rd career start today. I say maybe because Ben Woolridge had a great game. He was pinpoint accurate, 12 of 13 in their comeback win against Eastern Michigan last week. Nathan Thomas, 6'5", 328 from New Orleans, the left tackle. Right guard is Carlos Rubio. He and left guard A.J. Gilly, the only returning starters from this offensive line. Great offensive line tradition. Back-to-back Joe Moore semifinalist, recognizing the top offensive line in the nation. Daniel Hudson, a redshirt senior from Lafayette, is the center. I mentioned Gilly at the left guard. The right guard is Jax Harrington from ERAF, Louisiana, 6'3", 323 redshirt freshman, and a lot of great receivers. Expect John Stevens, Michael Jefferson, Dalen Cambry, and the tight end is Johnny Lumpkin, the back Chris Smith. We'll see a lot of different backs. Owls defense after Tim Horn gets this one underway. Nate Griffin, some Saturday night football under the lights here.
I cannot wait. You talked about their receivers. They throw to both tight ends. They also throw to their H-backs. Here we go.
We're underway. Toe to leather. The kick is deep, and that is over the head of the return man, Chris Smith, for the Ragin' Cajun of Louisiana. Head coach Michael Desmareau took over for the departing Billy Napier last week. Turns 37 on Thursday this week. 36 years young, co-OC last season. The defense for the Owls, Ikena Inachukwu is one defensive end. Josh Piercy, the other. Isaiah Floyd and Quint Tint at the tackles. Braylon Carroll out, but Blake Banish will get a lot of run. Conti and Morrison, the linebackers. The Viper is Chamberlain, Nyakwal, Taylor, the safeties. Dunbar and Fresh, the corners. First play of the game. And Louisiana will be left or right. Fields is that starting quarterback. Wears a red 18 on that white jersey. Hand around the left end to Smith. Breaks a couple of tackles. Sweeping around the left end. Sprinting towards that sideline. Gabriel Taylor brought him down after a gain of 6. Second down and 4. This is a team that likes to go fast and fast and faster.
They run a lot of tempo, and they will run guys in and out of that offense. They run all 4 of their backs. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a moment.
Big tight end Johnny Lumpkin from Atlanta, 6'5", 268. H-back off the line left side. Wide receiver right.
Back to pass Fields. Nothing left. Nothing middle. Run to the right. Chased by Piercy near the 25. Flag comes in as he floats it down the near sideline. Incomplete at the 50. Trying to find, I believe that's Peter LeBlanc, a junior from New Iberia, Louisiana. And let's see how bad his laundry smells here. If it's a nice, fresh scent of laundry.
Holding, number 65, offense, 10-yard penalty, second down.
I like the smell of that laundry, Nate.
I think that's going to be Banish, probably holding on Banish. And I'm talking about his opponent holding him. You know, that's the one thing you got to be able to do against Louisiana. If you can win it in the trenches, that's going to be big for Rice House today. They need to get pressure on Wooldridge and Fields, regardless of the quarterback.
Lumpkin checks out. They go with their smaller receiving corps. Jacob Bernard, redshirt sophomore from Mandeville, Lakeshore High School in there. So that's a big penalty. 2nd and 14 for these Louisiana Raging Cajun. 36 seconds in, still zeros on that brand spanking new scoreboard chart right. In motion, it's Lejeune back to pass Fields, looks over the middle, and it is caught by Jefferson, takes a tumble at the 29. Sean Fresh wraps him up on the stop, bringing him down. 8-yard gain on that play to the 29, but still a 3rd down and 6 needed.
Yeah, that's a big tackle because they like to go to their wide receivers. Michael Jefferson, 6'4", Errol Rogers, 5'11". Those guys are fast. They're big. John Stevens, 6'5". They like to go to him quick.
They're down in 6th. Louisiana, it's on 29. A minute plus in as Fields waits. Got the back to his left as they put the back in motion. Jefferson, wide receiver, I should say. Here comes the shotgun snap from the shadows, looking right, those right, caught by LeBlanc, bobbled a bit, dropped in, a good wrap up by Sean Fresh to punch it in and jar that one loose. Either way, he was short of the chains. And the Owls force Louisiana to punt, at least we think, in this opening drive.
Well, this is really nothing new for them. 36.7% conversion rate last season. They were not very good, although they still won 13 of 14 games. So they did a nice job. And I tell you what, this year they're trying to get better on 3rd down conversion.
Tyson Thompson back to return this punt along with Sean Fresh. The punt comes from Reese Burns, first team All Sun Belt Conference preseason. Caught by Fresh near his sideline up to the 30. Zigzagging to the right, breaks a tackle. Running ladder to the 35. He's got some blockers. Connors and Odeviano out in front, the 50. They pick off the punter. Down the sideline, the 40. And
Sean
he gets
Fresh
hugged from
big
behind.
for the Owls
Down to the 35 in that neighborhood. Wonderful return by the Owls. A long of 40 for Sean Fresh. His career-long punt return, setting the Owls up in Louisiana territory. Is a 46-yard punt. What a start for the Scholars.
They tried to pin him to the field, did not work, and you saw Sean Fresh with some good blocking. And I got to give it to him. They really blocked well for him. He was able to use his speed. I kind of teased him a little bit last week about who's the fastest in his family, his 12-year-old brother, or is he the fastest? His little brother can scat. But you saw that time Sean Fresh using his speed to get it done.
They grow him fast at LBJ, don't they? Owls starting fullback is Johnson out to the right behind Rosner. Owls start Bradley in addition to McCaffrey. Starting back is going to be Broussard. Quarterback, of course, is McMahon. Owls starting line in a second to the hand of Broussard. He dips down low, runs around the right, and he keeps those legs moving as he gets pushed out to the numbers and almost to the sideline. Zion Hill Green and Braylon Traha on that tackle, but it will go for a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Rest of the Owl starters, Shea Baker at center. John Long to start at right guard from Lampasas High School over there in Central Texas. Braden Nutter, the left guard from Tomball Memorial High. Clay Servin, the left tackle, and Ethan Onianwa is the right tackle. Owls receivers right now, you got Rosner moving out to the left, Esdale in there, and McCaffrey. 2nd and 7, 32-yard line. No score, 12:43. Owls driving to our left. Back to pass. McMahon hit as he throws right. Incomplete to Connors out of the backfield to 25. Good coverage by Caleb Anderson, redshirt freshman from Clinton, Louisiana. 3rd down and 7. That starting lineup for former longtime Raging Cajuns player Lamar Morgan, cornerbacks coach at Vanderbilt. Jordan Lawson, one end. Got a stand-up end and linebacker Andre Jones, the other side. Preseason all-conference. You'll be hearing Zion Hill Green's name a lot. Marcus Weiser on the line. Moncrief and Riley, the backers. Cubido plays there as well. They've got a nickel back as well that mixes in there. Guerrer and Amos, the corners, and Traha and Pedesclo, the Manville Shark alum, at safety. 3rd and 7 to 32. Owls driving in Louisiana territory. Deep spiral, left side, caught at the 20 for a first down by
That is complete to Gruen, the tight end, sliding to his left. He got tackled by Traha for a first down gain of 12 yards, but there's a flag on the play. I just see that nasty hanky down there at the 32.
Yeah, let's hope it's not holding, because I can tell you right now, number 10, Andre Jones for Louisiana, he brings the pressure. Hang on.
Illegal shift, offense, 2 men in motion prior to the snap, and both did not get set. Third down.
It's not as bad as a
5
hold
yard
per
penalty.
se, but the Owls are still behind the chains. Third down, they'll need 12. It's back to the 37 now.
Well, it still negates the big gain that you got there on that first down, because I can tell you, these guys bring the pressure. I was telling you about Andre Jones. He's a real problem. I watched the film on these guys, and I can tell you, off both ends, you've got Lawson and Jones, and they both bring it. So you got to make sure you block them both. Don't hold.
Third down in a dozen. Rice scoring 33 points a game in this young season. Third down, they need to get to the 22 for the first down. Back to pass McMahon. Patting the football, looking over the middle. It's high, incomplete. Tedesco diving in front of McCaffrey. That went near his hands. And the Owls in a fourth down and 12 situation. The penalty really set them back. But do they go for it here, or do they try to pin him deep? As it would be now, it'd be about, what would that be, a 53-yard field goal. See what the Owls do right now. Looks like, yes, indeed, they will punt. Connor Hunt coming out to punt, then runs.
Yeah, it needs to be Coffin, though. It needs to be a Coffin. And so get them over in one of the corners and see if you can pin them there deep in their own territory.
3 minutes in, Rice and Louisiana are scoreless. First meeting since September 23rd of 1989. High punt for Hunt. End over, and Nyaqua going down to try to tap that one back in. He does. It's rolling around the middle of the field inside the 2-yard line. And no, what a play, but it is inside the end zone for a touchback.
On the field.
I guess George was standing in there when he tapped that one back, but what an athletic try of it, as it'll be a Louisiana ball coming up now. Nothing. Rice and Louisiana. 11:59. There's a timeout on the field in this first quarter. Back in a moment, it's Rice football from Learfield.
Whether running a marathon or walking your dog, every movement matters. But when you're in pain, simple activities can feel unbearable. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our specialists can help you heal faster using the latest technology, minimally invasive procedures, and advanced physical therapy. As the top-ranked hospital in Texas, we have the expertise to keep you moving and help you get back to doing the things you love. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Northstar Pressure Washing, the only power washing company you will ever need for all your commercial and residential properties. Serving Houston and the surrounding areas for over 10 years, and now a proud sponsor for Rice University sports programs. Call us today for a free quote at 281-989-9244, because at Northstar Pressure Washing, we never forget that your image is our business.
Being here for 5 years, I constantly heard, always run through for the ball. There's tips and overthrows. So, constantly, hearing that in your head, it's an immediate reaction to keep running, be prepared for the ball. You bounce up, you never know what's going to come your way.
Chamberlain this week talking to the media after getting that deflected pick last week. The milkman, as he used to be called around his hometown in South Carolina, bulked up a little bit in the offseason, and Trayshawn, very vital, that Owls defense coming up here in this next series. 11:59 of the first quarter, Rice and Louisiana scoreless in their opening possessions.
As hard as he hits, he needed to bulk up, and certainly it's good to see that. He looks really, really healthy. But the entire secondary of Rice looks really, really good. They're faster, they're bigger, they're a lot more physical, and that's good to see. And so now, here you go. I mean, you have an opportunity. You got them pretty deep in their own territory, and now you have an opportunity to get 3 and out. Let's see if you can get it done.
So Quint Titt coming out there on the defensive line next to Floyd, and Inachuku in his natural outside rush position. Speaking to Chamberlain, walking close to the line now. 1st and 10, Louisiana left to right from their own 20-yard line. Raging Cajun and Rice. A little bit of sunlight shining in the upper deck as we see it. Got a beautiful view of the medical center in downtown Houston. There was a lot of rain a couple hours ago. We were afraid it would delay the start of our game. They shift from the right side. Lumpkin leads a triumvirate of Raging Cajun over to the left.
Pistol formation. Fields takes the snap, claps, and gives it left side to the shifting back former Aggie Cabote around that left end. He sprints near that first down marker. Jordan Dunbar cuts down his angle out of bounds. A 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4 for the Raging Cajun near the 25.
Now you see what we're telling you. They rotate a lot of guys in and out. Chris Smith, Cabote, Williams, Washington. In fact, Washington scored a touchdown last week on a 1-yard run.
Former Hemp Hill Hornet
He's a fourth
star
guy
in East Texas. Yeah, very balanced stats, running and receiving. 2nd and 4, the 26. Back to the left is still Cabote. Spinning a spiral near side. It's caught. Quick naked screen. It is complete over here to Errol Rogers. Gabe Taylor, a great open field tackle, busting the middle of that screen. Only a 2-yard gain. Huge 3rd and 2 coming up for the Owls defense. And Louisiana will snap at the 28.
Yeah, this is a team that was down 14-0, I want to say, at halftime. And they came back last week and scored all their touchdowns. So they know how to make adjustments. At halftime, it's just that when you get them down, you got to keep them down.
Yeah, a 49-point second half. They had a 69-minute lightning delay over there in Lafayette. 4 minutes into the game, still scoreless. 3rd and 2, the 28. Right hash, Fields, redshirt sophomore from Metairie. Here's the snap. Looks left, throws left. Flag comes in. It was complete to the left side, but they will halt that one. That went to Pierce Meagle, the H-back, sliding out of the backfield.
Number 70, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So 2nd straight drive as Jax Harrington commits that false start where Louisiana had a manageable 3rd down. It puts them now in a 3rd and 7.
That's good for Rice because, look, they've got some targets they can go to. We talked about the tight ends, and, you had 3 guys that scored last week, Lumpkin, Johnson, and Meagle. All those guys scored last weekend. They get all their tight ends involved.
It's a Louisiana team, the nation's longest winning streak at 15 games. 3rd and 7 now, back to the 23. Commit that penalty. Their 2nd of the ball game. Shadows covering the field. Couple of pockets of sunlight. Back to pass, rolling to the right side. Fields looking to air it out deep over the middle field in double coverage. It's picked off. Owls have the pick. Here's Nyqual, midfield, left hash at the 40. Breaks a tackle. Sliding inside as one of the receivers comes up to give him a jolt, and the 3rd career interception for George Nyqual. Owls, another short field, 10:07 first quarter. That's the first turnover in 8 ball games for Louisiana.
Yeah, I tell you what, look, I don't believe Phil saw
the sideline warning on Rice's sideline. They're first of the game.
I don't believe Phil saw Nyqual. I don't. He had help. We're talking about Nyqual was the safety in the middle of the field playing center field. And so it was right there for him. They wanted to go deep. It was not there. Nyqual did a nice job of reading that ball. You can see the way he got his body turned around to actually make the interception because he knew he had, it was right there for him. So able to pull it down. Good job.
Chris Conti started with that pressure for the good guys. 10:07 first quarter. Owls at the 38, their 2nd straight drive starting in Louisiana territory. They have come ready to play. Twins right side, under center McMahon turns, play fakes, rolling out to the right side. TJ wanting to book it. He's at the 35, cutting it right, lowers the shoulder. Be careful, young man, as he collides over there with Moncrief, one of their inside linebackers, and that should be enough for a first down. Yeah, Big 7 got 11 there inside to the 27.
That's the added element that he brings. He saw there was nothing open downfield, decided to run it, and he's quick, so fast, moving down the field, and he reads the defense, gets that first down, got to the marker.
He doesn't bail out to bail out.
No.
He waits, he checks, and then he goes if he has to. First down and 10 Rice, 9:40 of this opening quarter, 27-yard line. Pistol set, Broussard right behind McMahon. Mccaffrey left, Rosner right. Here's the snap. Hand to Broussard, the Louisiana native, trying to penetrate that defensive left side. Gets turned around, twist, and bit into a pretzel. Bump back to the 25-yard line. Braylon Traha on that tackle, helped out by Kendrick Grant. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the blue and gray.
They have a whole lot there in the middle. They got a couple of stubbies in the middle. These guys can get good leverage. They're 6'1" and 6 feet, but they weigh 291 and 285 respectively. Marcus Weiser and Zion Hill-Green. He's the elder statesman on that big defensive line, and they're just short, but they're strong.
So that's what a stubby means.
Yeah, stubbies.
No score, 2nd down and 8, the 25. I am not a stubby.
No, you're not. You're 6'5".
Here comes the snap. McMahon, play fake Broussard. Lots of time composed off the tips of his feet, looks left side, thrown left side, good out route. It's caught at the 10 by McCaffrey. He beats Gare over there to this near sideline. What a throw, what a route there as the Owls get the first down. A 14-yard chunk there by McMahon right on the dime.
Nice job of just dragging just enough to make sure he got 1 foot down. Look, you have to be able to get 2 down, so he drug the other. So he got it done, and that's just a nice catch as well along the sideline. One of the hardest catches to make when your back is facing the quarterback.
The boundary is to the right. Owls on that left hash. 1st and 10 just outside the 10-yard line. No score. Snap. Play action. Look over the middle. Quick dart. Juggled a bit and knocked down to the E of Rice. Try to get it to McCaffrey, but Amos was there to swim over in his first game of the season. He knocks that one down, and good play there as it's a 2nd and 10 at the 11.
Yeah, that play to the field, the last play to the boundary. And I think we need to make sure our listening audience understands the boundary is along the sideline to the field. He's trying to throw to the middle of the field on that last play. Was not there.
Jerry Johnson, the fullback, out to the right. 15 to snap it. Plenty of time. 2nd and 10 at the 11. Rice and Louisiana, no score. Under center, McMahon, tied in left. Here's the snap. Pitch left side. Wanting to go as Uriah West gets his first touch of the game, and he will lower his shoulder and plot his way for a couple. Quibido and Nelson team up on the tackle. Only a gain of 1. So now 3rd down and 10 right at, they're going to say, the 11-yard line.
I think Quibido, last name kind of tells you where he's from, right? Lafayette, no doubt about it. And he was able to shade his block there and come up and make the tackle. So need something here really, really special. Need a big play.
Thibodeau's dad could play. His dad, Dale, a star defensive lineman at ULL, named to the All-Decade team in the 80s. Remember that decade. 3rd and 10, the 11. Broussard out to the left. Back to pass McMahon. Humming it over the middle. It's caught by Esdale. Gets turned around, stymied. He can't break the plane of the 5-yard line. Thibodeau there again on that stop. They got 5. But what do you do here? The Owls deep down in the territory of the Raging Cajuns. 4th down and 4 at the 5.
You hate to have to just take the 3. But, 3 is better than nothing at all. When you work that hard, you want to get 7. But let's get the 3. Be safe, and let's play defense.
Still a good start by the Owls, but yes, 7s are better than 3s.
And this is 3 off turnovers, right? Yeah,
23-yard field goal attempt. It's in the middle of the field. McMahon, the starting quarterback, also the holder. 5 to snap. The snap comes back. Good hold. And Van Sickle punches it through the end zone to our left. He is now 2 for 2 on this young season, kicking it through, and Rice leads Louisiana 3-0. Over halfway through this opening quarter, 7:17 to be precise. Rice leading Louisiana. Wrap the drive after this. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Hey, Oscar, wake up. Hi, this is Otis and Oscar, the talking spokes oysters for Acme Oyster House. You've probably seen us on TV. My friend Oscar is sleeping. We oysters like our beds. Anyway, drop by tonight for a dozen raw, a dozen char grilled, a seafood platter or po' boy, and maybe a few laughs. Come Acme, bro. Not you. Acme Oyster House. Life's more fun with seafood.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you gotta park. The Parking Spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the Parking Spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
7 plays, 33 yards, 2 minutes and 42 seconds. That's right. The result was a 23-yard field goal by Christian Van Sickle. Gives Rice the 3-0 lead, 7:17 remaining in the first quarter, JP.
We have 2 Owls legends getting recognized on the field right now on the football side of things. Rodrigo Barnes and Staley Vincent. Talked to both of them last year. Remember, that was such a treat. One of the highlights of my Rice career, having Staley in the booth with us. He lives near Charlotte. And then Rodrigo Barnes is up. He's working in a high school administration up in a high school in, I believe, outside of Dallas in Garland. But this is also the 50th anniversary of Title IX. So the first 2 Rice female athletes being recognized, and the Owls helmets getting recognized, where tonight recognized that 1972 team that Vincent and Barnes played on. So we might have to get them in that next break, Jason, because play is coming up. But just shout in our ear if we have them or if not.
Now, that's Mike Tyler's wife down there as well. Good. Yeah, and so they've got the 4 football players that they're recognizing right now who actually played for Rice, 4 black players. I actually had the opportunity to MC that event last night. It was pretty special. So it was at the Ion, and certainly it was a great event. Title IX in 1972 as well. It was pretty special, guys.
Owls will be kicking it off. Guerrer back deep. Horn, the big-legged Hawaiian. 3-0 Rice lead. 7:17 of this first quarter of play. It's kicked deep, and that's actually Chris Smith back there. Lets that one go deep, and that will be. Let's go down to Jason Metco.
An honor and a privilege to be talking with Mo Staley, Vincent, and Rodrigo Barton. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Staley, what's it like being back here? And tell us a little bit about the dinner last night.
Well, the dinner was fantastic. It was a little bit more emotional than I thought it was going to be. Got a chance to see a lot of friends. Got a chance to basically tell our story. Took parts of the story people were unfamiliar with, needed to be heard, but it was all part of our legacy, and we wanted to share it with everyone.
Kick it back up to JP real quick on this first down play before we talk with Rodrigo.
2 Rice legends down there. 3-0. Rice leads Louisiana. 1st and 10 at the 25. Snap and a play. No, they did give it to the young back under their Smith. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Got a yard on that play. 2nd and 9, Jason.
Mr. Barnes, your favorite memory from your college days would be what?
Well, really, the whole thing was just wonderful. I don't have a particular moment. Just enjoyed the whole time here.
What was it like to be back here?
Well, I come back very often, so this is not like I've been away for a long time. So
well, it's good to have you back, sir. Thank you very much.
Be here. Thank you.
Yeah, Jason, ask him how the book's going, too. I talked to him last year about that. 2nd and 9 to 26. Louisiana going to pass, but there is a penalty. Another infraction. Their third penalty is mini dry. No, a flag on Rice, excuse me. 3-0 Rice.
Let's see what this flag is. In the meantime, I can tell you Mike Tyler's wife is down there as well.
Officials sorting this one out. The referee is Scott Harden. We wait on that. Here we go. Here's the penalty.
Offside. Defense. Number 92. In the neutral zone, causing an offensive reaction. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Jason down on the Rice South sideline.
JP, you were mentioning the book that Rodrigo has. So far, so good on the sales, and always encouraging fans to check out his fine work. Sounds like quite the author.
Was going to say go Cowboys, but that's probably not the setting.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Rodrigo did play with the Cowboys, but he earned his Super Bowl ring with the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to point that one out, too. 2nd and 4, the 31 back to pass. No, they gave it around the right end. They're doing a good job of selling those runs and as if they're going to fulfill that pass. But a 1-yard gain to Smith to the right side. 3rd down and 3 after that short gain. Inachuku on the stop for the blue and gray.
Yeah, he was, Rodrigo was looking for a team, and John Madden made the phone call to him and brought him in. And all of a sudden, this guy is playing on the Super Bowl team.
Yeah, I remember Rodrigo telling me last year we talked, a little bit less than a year ago. He said, I might not be playing as much behind Leroy Jordan. He's okay, too. But, great player for the Raiders. 3rd and 3, the 32. Louisiana has the football. 0 for 2 on 3rd downs. Back to pass. Little move of the shoulders by Fields. Throws right. The ball is quite down, incomplete at the 26. Trey Schumann in there on that pass rush for the blue and gray. What great 3rd down defense so far for the Rice Owls.
It really is. And for Louisiana, it's tough to really get a rhythm going when you're changing quarterbacks from series to series. We're seeing Chandler Fields. We're seeing Ben Woolridge. But what's happening here, the Rice Owls defense had a chance to prepare for both. And that's why you're seeing such good effort from them right now.
Did I miss Woolridge? Was he in there?
Yeah, that was Woolridge.
Okay, well, my bad then.
That's all right. That's why I'm here.
Here's the punt coming back, and it is to the left of Mr. Fresh there. Goes out of bounds. They're definitely trying to punt away from him after that 40-yarder last time. This one arcs to the left, 36. Little jabberjaw after that one.
Yeah.
As Meagle, the H-back, woofing it up. Looks like Marcus Williams over there, but break on the field. Timeout. Rice 3, Louisiana nothing. 5:32 this first quarter. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment. 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, the official beer partner of Rice Athletics, and now available for purchase everywhere in Texas. The Yingling Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Please enjoy responsibly.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Getting to be able to go through the actual reps and stuff like that, physically and also, the mental part also combined together. It made it a lot easier, going out there and just playing. When you have the mental reps only, you can't really physically execute. You don't know what you did wrong maybe in practice and what you need to fix. So that was kind of nice. I could go rep it out and be like, okay, hey, I need to make this adjustment, or this adjustment. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
TJ McMahon joining us on the Acme Oyster House Mike Bloomgren show this past Monday night at the High Table. He and Brad Rosner were a hoot to talk to separately. Always a little more fun after an Owls win, but thanks to both of them for coming out. What I learned about TJ from Bradley is that TJ likes to go around bragging about his twin-size bed. Apparently, he's got a twin-size bed that he somehow, hey, I got a twin-size bed. So
why would you want to brag about a twin-size bed?
That's what Bradley. And the equal fire was, I asked the same question to TJ about Bradley, and apparently he is just a fast food junkie. Got Raising Cane sauce in his blood there. So.
Okay. I had fun with him Tuesday during the press conference. Rosner, I liked him. He changes his haircut, once a year.
I talked to him about that, too.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and certainly he's a good sport. He takes it well. But as far as TJ McMahon, he's a quarterback. He's going to do those things.
QB1 now, right?
That's exactly right. He's going to rub those kinds of things in your face and make sure you know.
California Cool, we also call him. 3-0 Rice leads. 5:32 first quarter. The guy with the twin-size bed will be under center here. Twins to the right side for the Scholars. Al's doing a good job defensively so far in this game, limiting Louisiana 24 total yards. Rice only 36 total yards, though. The snap the hand, left side west. He cannot untangle himself from about 4 different Raging Cajuns. Thibodeau there to lead the charge. Loss of 1, second down and 11. When I talked to new Owls running backs coach C.J. Anderson, Super Bowl champ for the Broncos way back when, the first back he mentioned that he was excited with early in camp before he went down with an injury was this guy West. He's going to figure in getting some carries here.
He really is. They like his size. He's a big back. You need those big backs. C.J. Anderson was a smallish, biggish back, if you will, because he was short, but he had a lot of weight, and he played with it well.
Second down and 11 to 35. Rice leads 3-0 under the 5-minute mark first quarter from the shadows. McMahon looking left, throwing left, complete at the 42. Mccaffrey, Caleb Anderson draping him from behind. Goes for 6 yards. So now a second down and third down and 4 coming up for the Scholars from South Main. In their gray pants, in their blue tops, and they have those 50-year recognition helmets, the silver helmets with the navy blue owl wings on it.
Those helmets are sweet. They really are. They go back to 1972. Most important thing, though, here's a third down conversion, which is short and attainable. Rice Owls with the right play.
Neither team has completed a third down here tonight. 3rd and 5, the 41. Owls 0 for 2. Empty backfield, but under center is McMahon. 3-step drop, looking right, looking middle, dumps underneath. Caught by Bradley, the tight end, gets jolted on the side, and just enough for the first down as Thibodeau dropped him. And a 7-yard gain. Bradley, knowing his spot, made that grab. And the Owls moving those chains south of the 4-minute mark. Rice 3 and Louisiana 0.
TJ knew his spot, too, because he looked him off. He did not telegraph that pass. And you saw big number 87, Jack Bradley, running underneath the coverage. He looked at him finally, knew where his spot was, put that ball right on the money.
See Cam Montgomery back in the game. He only played one play last week. Trips right side. Esdale McCaffrey to that way. 5 wide. 1st and 10. Back to pass is McMahon. Looking right. Caught by McCaffrey at the 45-yard line. Dropped by Moncrief, the inside linebacker. Goes 7 yards downfield in Louisiana territory. Not the best of spots. About a yard off by our liking, so they might give it still 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
That's a couple of underneath routes that the Rice Owls have run, and TJ doing a good job of looking off his receiver. That time, you saw they went to the opposite side of the field. That's 4 completions in a row now for TJ. He's doing a nice job of throwing that safety in another direction away from the receiver.
Rosner during the week said McCaffrey was really hard on himself.
That's not
Throw
good.
right side, intercepted the 50 down the left sideline. Anderson stepping his way, trying to beat the last Rice offensive guys, trying to tackle him in the pick 6. The 4th of the season thrown by the Owls, and no flags on the play. Louisiana takes the lead 6-3.
He stepped right in front of that pass. He saw that screen coming, and he stepped right in front of that pass and took it to the house. And I tell you what, it happened so fast, JP, I didn't even see the number. I don't want to see the number.
Yeah, it was Caleb Anderson, we said right there. And he gets the pick 6. They go 54 yards as that pass was intended to Cam Montgomery on that right side. And that's the 3rd pick 6 that McMahon has thrown. Kick coming up from Preston Stafford, LSU transfer. Deep snap coming back. Hold is put down by the wide receiver, Cambry. It's booted up, end zone to our right. Goes into that vomitorium, and the Owls will get the football back. That's the good news, but the bad news is they're suddenly down by a 7-3 count after that 54-yard pick 6 by the guys from Lafayette.
Yeah, Caleb Anderson is who actually picked it off, and that was just a situation where you got to be able to recognize where that safety is, where that linebacker is, where that quarterback is, and certainly you saw that safety come right in there. Caleb Anderson, 6'2", 203 out of Clinton, Louisiana, pick it off and go the other way with it. He was right there in the spot where the receiver was expected to be.
All this, a lot of action, but it's still just 7-3 Louisiana. And Rice going to get the football back again. Coming from our right to our left. Thompson back deep with Ottaviano. Ottaviano, the deeper man. I know how you get about pick 6s. I never see you mad, but that's does not make you happy.
It's disappointing, very disappointing. Again, TJ had been doing a pretty good job of throwing the safety. Not any hints at all. I mean, he wasn't telegraphing any of his passes, but that time the safety was right where he needed to be.
Kickoff man is Thomas Leo, FIU transfer, native of Winter Garden, Florida. The kick comes back. That goes over Ottaviano, right of the hash, back of the end zone, and a touchback. Owls come back to the 25.
First down and 10.
Louisiana 7 and Rice 3 after that 54-yard pick 6 for Caleb Anderson. Well, he played well in place of Trey Amos, who got the start at corner, and now we have a down Ragin' Cajun on the field. Get that number here in a second. But at what they do so well, they're 6th in the nation, even just beginning this 3rd game of the season. Louisiana, 1st in the Sun Belt. They had forced 7 turnovers coming into this one, and they had not given the football up until Nyaqual had that pick earlier in this quarter.
Well, here's the thing that it does that you really don't want to see. It takes away the momentum. Rice was moving the ball, or looked like they were moving the ball down the field, and had good momentum behind them. And you're talking about time of possession. If you can continue that drive, and all of a sudden, the pick 6, it changes everything, just like back at USC. That's kind of what your memory goes to. We want to wipe that away. Hopefully it won't be 3 today, but that's sort of what you think of, so you want to protect the ball a whole lot better if you can.
Tidarian Quinney is a special teams dynamo for them, safety from Alexandria, Louisiana, Tioga High School, I believe is how you pronounce it. They're working on him down around the 3-yard line. And what was odd about that is there was not a kick to cover. Usually you don't see the injuries on the special teams plays where it results in a touchback. But Jason Metko has a view on that down on the sideline. Now they have him sat up on his keister. Jason, what are you seeing down
Yeah, guys, I think the turf monster might have got him because he was really not in on that play as it was a fair catch, and he's been rotating his right ankle and trying to wiggle his right foot a little bit here. He is now steadying up, though.
Surrounded by those Louisiana trainers clad in black, and yes, he gets helped up. What a beautiful sunset we're seeing right now. Good contingent of Louisiana fans coming in from the tailgate. What's the crowd look like from your angle down there, Metco?
There is a lot of red and white, and kudos to the Raging Cajun Band. They are quite the instrumentalists, if that's a word. I don't know if it is, but we'll go with it.
It is now. 2:47 first quarter, Louisiana 7 and Rice 3. The Owls will have the football here in a matter of moments. Yeah, we've got the world-renowned medical center to our right, the sun shining on those buildings, and to our left, got a picturesque view of downtown Houston here on a nice mid-September evening. 85 degrees when we started this one, about a 30% chance of showers. Back to action here. Cam Montgomery will be the back with Johnson blocking for him. McMahon under center. Rice down 7-3 now after that pick six. First and 10 to 25. Here's McMahon, takes the snap. Toss left, Montgomery cuts it inside. Great block on the outside by the Owls nutter. Montgomery up near sideline 35, out of bounds the 37. Tyrone Lewis, K-State transfer, sophomore from Hammond, give a baker's dozen, 13 yards for Montgomery to the 38.
Can you imagine being a defender trying to catch Cam Montgomery?
I certainly cannot.
He is like a gnat. I mean, forget about trying to swat him.
A hiccup.
Yes, that's what he is, and he can cut so quickly. And it was really good to watch that run.
McMahon in the backfield in the middle of Johnson, the fullback to his right, Montgomery to his left. First down to 38, trailing 7-3. Snap hand, Montgomery shifting his way to the right side. And little mosquito-like quickness, turn on the dime around the right end, cuts it left and gets 9 more yards before Lewis hauls him down. He said, we got to do this again. Amos helped him out this time, 9 yards upfield to the 47.
He is running with such confidence, and that's really what you want to see. I love the cutbacks because you can see the Louisiana Cajun players have a little bit of a problem, with the cutback. Oh, he's gone.
Wait a second. South of 2 minutes in this opening quarter. Louisiana leading Rice 7-3. Owls driving. They're at kind of in Oklahoma, top of that Owls Texas logo with that Old English R insignia. They need a yard on second down, the 47. Snap, play action. McMahon, some pressure. Then he gets hit, wrapped up, and he is sacked. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage by Sonny Hazard from New Orleans, Jesuit High School there. Loss of 5. Andre Jones mucking things up there underneath. So at the 42-yard line, the Owls will now have a 3rd and 6 nearing the last minute here.
Once again, you got momentum with a pretty good run, a couple of runs. You get a 3rd and 1 or a 2nd and 1, and all of a sudden, now you're backed up again. You're 3rd and 6 because of a sack. So here's where, once again, you need to go through your reads. We know it's going to be a pass play here.
Rice 1 out of 3 on 3rd downs. They need 6 here. They're 42. Last minute, first quarter. Back to pass McMahon. Looking middle to Esdale. Throwing it over the middle. Tipped, and they saying he caught it. Yes, an interception by Jones. He converted. He was a defensive lineman last year. They moved him up more that outside linebacker rush end, and he gets the pick. McMahon's 2nd. And Louisiana will set up shop in Owls territory at the 46. They get their 7th interception of this young season already.
Yeah, they also got pressure up the middle, and that caused a problem. TJ probably could not see the safety coming up, and he was right there again. These guys are in the perfect position to make plays every time. So that tells you they really watched some films from somewhere, and that told them where to be, and they're reading their keys.
This Louisiana defense forced 5 turnovers last week. They allowed just 1 second-half score, picked off 3 passes last week, and 2 already here. We're not even through the first quarter here today, as they got Chandler Fields there, standing on the Old English R near midfield, takes the snap, shows it, and it is taken by Smith, runs into the big dog pile, and he is stymied at the line of scrimmage by Trey Schumann, who is hooting and hollering, and he is pumped coming out of that pile. Blake Bainish helped him out. 2nd and 10, the 46.
Yeah, good read there by the Rice Owls defense. It was right through the A gap. They read that perfectly.
Still got Smith in there. Redshirt junior from Louisville, Mississippi, Nate. 2nd and 10, the 46. Last play of this first quarter. Now he's got, Terrence Williams in there from Manny, Louisiana. I've been to Manny many times. Been waiting to say that all week. Here's the snap. And they hand to Williams. Dips his way by Schumann. Comes up the middle. And Blake Banish gives him an old Needville calf rope and just slams him down at midfield.
That's
No
the end of the
gain.
first
Looking forward progress to the 46. 3rd and 10 from Louisiana. We come back. That Blake Banish is a mean young man.
He really is. He can take you down, and he showed it that time, JP.
Fresh 15 on the clock. We'll come back. Second quarter. Louisiana 7, Rice 3. It's Rice football from Learfield.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Rice teams and traditions are legendary. Our team as strategic wealth designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today. And go Owls!
Coming back for the second quarter, Louisiana 7, Rice 3. I'm JP Heath. We got Nate Griffin, Rohan back on the spot. Bob helping us with the stats in his Rice Wyndham. Walter Spa back in engineering. And Jason Metco is down on the sideline. Any scores catch your fancy?
Yeah, I want to hit up on a couple of local of our universities as well as a drubbing. Jackson State all over Grambling State. That's Deion Sanders, 66-24. And right now, Clarence McKinney, Texas Southern, leading Southern University 24-0 in the fourth quarter. About 3 minutes left in that game. Looks like they're going to win it. And a little bit later, well, no, not later. Now, Incarnate Word leading Prairie View by the score of 20-7 in the second quarter.
Inside Conference USA, we've got a final. UAB bounces back from that Liberty loss. They defeat Georgia Southern 35-21. Charlotte looking for its first win of the year. They lead Middle Point second quarter 21-20 in Atlanta against Georgia State. Middle Tennessee is all over Tennessee State 28-0. That is an FCS matchup. UNLV drubs North Texas today 58-27. And Indiana narrowly over Western Kentucky 33-30. But the Hilltoppers had a chance. They've been so close against Big Ten teams the last few years. They missed a field goal at the end of regulation, but then Indiana wins it in free football. And FAU and UCF tied last minute first quarter. We'll be at FAU coming up in a little while, another 3 weeks or so. Clemson and Louisiana Tech just starting there. That is in Clemson. And New Mexico and UTEP just getting started in Albuquerque. And UTSA and Texas squaring off. Jeff Traylor, the Gilmer High School coaching legend, great job stepping in for Frank Wilson at UTSA. They're a little giddy for that one, just heading up I-35 there to take on the state school in Austin.
Upset alert. Missouri State leading Arkansas 17-7, second quarter, 8:25 remaining.
Wow. Do you know who the coach is at Missouri State? Don't think too hard about it.
I do know. And
a former coach from Arkansas. A motorcycle situation.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh,
Bobby
gosh.
Petrino.
That's right, Petrino.
Yeah. So he would definitely want to get that W here. But now Rice has the football. Check that. Louisiana football, 3rd and 10, the 46. They're 0 for 3 on third down. So we'll have our Houston Methodist stats. Nate wouldn't stop talking. I would have got to the stats. 3rd and 10, 46. 7-3 Ulala leads. Hand around the left end. It is Cabote taking the handoff, going down the left sideline to 30, 25. Crash that dive. Chipped him and got a piece of him just enough. But not before. He had that big first down run down the left sideline at 20 yards. And a first down on 3rd down and long. That one hurts. They go quick tempo here. Cabote still in there as the back to the left of it's Woolridge there as the quarterback, correct? No, that is still Fields. They give another one to Cabote. Runs left side. He gets down to the 21-yard line. Brought down by Banish and Chamberlain there. A gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5.
Can't let that happen. On 3rd and 10, you cannot allow a 20-yard run. They stopped him on the first 2 downs and couldn't stop him on third down. You cannot have that. That cannot happen.
Rogers and Stevens receivers to the right for Louisiana. Ulala just slipped out there. 2nd and 4, the 20. By the way, we're inside the stadium, 95.3 FM. Meagle, the H-back, goes in motion. Snap, hand to Cabote. Dodges away from Floyd, and then he kind of rolls down. Started that roll around the 18. Chamberlain in there to stop him short of that first down. Got 3, but still 3rd down and 1 at the 17 for Louisiana.
In case you didn't hear us earlier, Cabote's a transfer from Texas A&M. He's big, 6 feet, 221, and he runs like it, but he's very fleet of foot, and you can see it.
Raging Cajuns 7, Rice 3. Louisiana 1 for 3 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 1 at the 17-yard line. 1 for 4, I beg your pardon. H-back in motion, Meagle in front of Fields. Here's the snap. Fields shows it. Now he brings it back. Little RPO, rolls it to the right side, chased by Nyquil, thrown right sideline, knocked incomplete, out of bounds. It was caught on that far side by Rogers, but he was well out of bounds. But good defense by the Owls by Dunbar, that far sideline.
Yeah, they were going for it. They were going for it. They were going for the touchdown there. And simply, you got Woolridge out on the run. And he's looking for a guy and found a guy, but just too late.
That's where Coach Desmond knows, hey, we're going for it on 4th and short. That's why they went for that play there. 4th down and 1, huge defensive play for the Owls as they bring in some late subs. 7-3, Raging Cajun, 13-21, 2nd quarter, the sun setting here in beautiful Houston, Texas. Louisiana driving towards that Patterson end zone. 4th down and 1. Back to pass, rolling to the left side, throwing off his back foot, lunging left side, thrown incomplete at the 5. Trying to get it to Jefferson over there on this near side, and it is incomplete. Great job by Piercy on that coverage. Owls turn them away on downs.
They gave up the big run, but they came back and they snatched it away from them, and that's a good job by the defense. That's the way you got to tighten up the red zone. You cannot allow it. It has to become very constricted, and the Rice Owls that time just playing really, really good defense.
What a stop by the Owls on 4th down. They get the ball back at the 17. Back after this, Louisiana 7, Rice 3, 13-16, 2nd quarter. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Doubletree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the medical center, the museum district, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the medical center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the Doubletree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Luke made that transition seamlessly. He's just an all-around athlete, a student of the game. His mind is constantly thinking about football. He thought he didn't have the greatest game Saturday, thought he did well. He attacks Monday's practice like he played the worst game of his life. Having a guy like that who's just a workhorse and just loves football, it just takes kind of the pressure and the workload of everybody in the room. And he's someone you can look up to if you ever need help or a helping hand in anything, as far as anything you can do better, anything you might see on the field. He's a great guy to go to and a resource.
Bradley Rosner at the podium this week when I asked him about Luke Mccaffrey seamlessly sliding into the wide receiver role. And so far he leads the Owls with 3 catches, 27 yards total. The Owls' TJ McMahon, only 5 of 10 passing. He's thrown 2 picks, 39 total yards. Cam Montgomery pacing the Owls 2 carries for 22 yards. Fields, 2 of 6 passing for only 10 yards, and he was picked off by Nyquil. First turnover by the Louisiana offense. It's going back to halfway through last season. Cabote paces him for 35 yards, and they've got just 2 receptions on the day. But it's a defensive slugfest, Nate. 72 total yards for Rice, just 61 for Louisiana. The Raging Cajuns, that pick 6, the difference in this one.
Yeah, it is the difference. You don't want to see any more of that. And I think the pick by Nyquil could be a sign of things to come for the Rice Owls offense in terms of something good. So let's see what happens here.
Ari Broussard is the back. TJ McMahon squatting under center as the quarterback. I formation. Tight end to the left side is Welch. Al's playing a lot of tight ends here tonight. 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's the snap. A show. They give it to Broussard, and he will truck his way around the right side, but only get a yard on the play. Cam Pedesclo helping out on that tackle. 2nd down now and 9, the 18-yard line for the Rice Owls. 6th all-time meeting between these two. Louisiana leads the series 3-2. The 5th game, though, played here in Houston. Mccaffrey coming in for Welsh on the offensive side. Brownlee still tight end, hand down to the right. 2nd and 9, the Owls, their own 18. 12:40 the second quarter. Louisiana leading 7-3. Bootleg left side thrown across his body, complete to Mccaffrey, the 20-yard line. But a great job by Traha, the safety from Lafayette. Only a gain of a yard. Louisiana looking at times here. It's early on in the game still. It looks like they're playing defense with 13 guys.
Well, it does, and they're not. Rice Owls aren't fooling anybody right now. I mean, they're bringing the pressure, and that's causing problems for TJ, especially on his rollouts, because he cannot see with his back. Once he turns his back on a rollout, he can't see that defender coming, and all of a sudden he's looking up, and there he is.
Big fella Nigel McGriff comes in as they go nickel here. 3rd down and 7. 7-3, Louisiana leads 3 minutes into this second quarter. Only 1 of 4 on 3rd down. Shotgun snap. McMahon looking right, throws right, caught by Rosner at the 30-yard line. 1st down, breaks a tackle, going upfield, stumbling the 40, rolling up near the 45. He was bumped by Bishop there. He also broke that tackle. Bishop came back to throw him down 23 yards upfield for big, bad Bradley Rosner.
Nice job, TJ, that time of getting the ball out to Big Bradley. It's about time we get him involved. You got to get Bradley Rosner involved in the offense, create some mismatches for him. You know, those defensive backs out there are not 6'5".
But Rosner is 6'5", 204 from Cisco Junior College. 1st and 10, the 42. Roll out to the left, caught by the tight end. Bradley, his second catch of the night. Bradley gets upfield near the 48-yard line. Bishop there. First one to hit him over there, 6 yards, goes upfield. Casey Osai from Oak Ridge, former War Eagle, up the road. Conroe native, teaming up on the stop as well. 2nd and 3, the 49 for the Owls.
Yeah, he was a heck of a player, you know, out up there in Conroe and Oak Ridge. They always have some good defensive players coming out of there. But the one thing I'm liking from what the Rice Owls are doing right now, they're throwing to the big guys and allowing them to make plays against the bigger defenders.
2nd down and 3. Owls, their own 49, just inside their own territory. Snap, a show to Broussard, runs his way around the left end, and he is met there by Jasper Williams and Andre Jones. They sandwiched him. Caleb Anderson, 11, not 10, helping out on that tackle. Got to give those corners the tackles when they have that chance. Okay, they do give him 2 yards on that play. 3rd down, very short for Rice. They creep into Louisiana territory. At the 49-yard line, Owls moseying up to the line of the scrimmage. Only 2 of 5 on 3rd downs. 14 to snap it. Compact set. Got that heavy backfield there. Johnson back there. He is blocking. Tailback is Broussard. Squatting under center is McMahon. Snap, a hand, left side Broussard. The 1st down and then some. Like a bull in a china shop, running through Louisiana defenders. And they corral him to the 42. Casey Osai teamed up with Cam Pedesclo on that tackle. They only needed a yard. He got 7, 1st down.
Run that jumbo offense, and you get that 1st down with Ari. You got about 210 pounds coming at you. So, yeah, that's a good run. That's a good play call there for a 1-yard gain, which gives you the 1st down and another 3rd down conversion.
Garen Hargan helping out on that that block as well for the Owls. Redshirt freshman from Shreveport. Owls have Esdale to the left. 1st and 10, the 42. Rice trailing Louisiana 7-3. 9.5 minutes of this second quarter. Lights starting to take effect. Hand to Montgomery around this wide turn on the right side, down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Thibodeau brings him down with the help of his teammate Bishop. 4 yards, 2nd down and 6 at the 38.
Cam needs one good block on that last play, and he's off to the races. Just one. Because, number one, they can't see him at 5'5". And number 2, they can't catch him because he's so fast. So very difficult to defend a guy like that.
2nd and 6 to 38. Rice driving. Only score a field goal in the first quarter.
Louisiana had a pick six. Shotgun snap, McMahon looking left, tosses it, caught waist high. McCaffrey breaking a tackle inside the seam to 30, rumbling down. He does a little backward somersault to the 22. Thibodeau hit him there on that tackle. 16-yard gain downfield. Bishop teaming up on that stop too. First down, Rice after that big gain of 16.
In the slot, far side, all he had to do was run a stick route. At the top of the route, he catches a pass, and he turns it into something big. After the catch, the yards after, we always talk about Yak, the yards after the catch, that's what you saw that time from McCaffrey.
You would never know he didn't play college wide receiver before this year.
Not at all.
He just made that look very seamless. Owls 3 for 6 on, first down and 10 now. He tossed to the right side as Montgomery gets that pitch, and he will make his way down and knocking on that red zone door near the 20 as Tyler Guidry, outside linebacker, native of Baton Rouge, went to famed Southern Lab High School there in the Red Stick. Baton Rouge, 2nd and 8 to 20.
But let's talk about McCaffrey's dad played receiver in the pros, right? So how many times
don't short his brother too. His brother's okay.
Wait. This is what I want to say. I want to ask you, how many times do you think Luke asked his dad to play receiver for him?
I asked Mike Kershaw, Al's receivers coach, that.
Yeah.
And he said that was his only wide receiver experience.
Yes.
Playing catch with Ed and Christian around Thanksgiving. 2nd and 8 to 20. Broussard out to the left. Here's the snap. McMahon looking, standing. Good protection. He dives up the middle. The protection broke down, and he has to eat that one. Wise decision, though, as he gets dropped by their stud defensive tackle, Zion Hill-Green, for a loss of 4 yards. Lawson, some pressure in his face, too. 3rd down and 12, not a terrible sack taken there.
It's not a bad sack, but I hate the loss of yards. That's the only thing. It's 3rd and 12. That was a manageable, what was it, 3rd and 4?
Yeah.
That was a manageable 3rd and 4. You couldn't find anybody. And so he looked as though he wanted to move forward, and he saw those defenders coming and thought, a little differently there.
3rd and 8 for the record.
3rd and 8.
Okay. 3rd down and 12 now, the 24. Owls trailing 7-3. 3 for 6 on 3rd downs. Back to pass McMahon. Humming it over the middle. It's caught by Esdale at the 11-yard line. And they do give it to him. Eric Guerrer was grabbing him from behind to hog tie him. But a first down for the Owls. A gain of 12. Esdale knowing exactly where those sticks were.
We will probably not really understand. But that catch right there, that catch might be the biggest catch of the game because it extends the drive. And not only that, you got 6 minutes and about 15 seconds left in this game. If they score, it's going to be huge.
Owls McMahon out as a quarter receiver to the left. Snap goes to McCaffrey, and they go the wild owl around the right side. Luke McCaffrey takes a big hit inside the 10 and looked like targeting from Guerrer in there, leading with that helmet. Tedesco helping out too, but no flag.
I'm surprised.
If that's not targeting, I don't know what is.
They might need to pull him out to make sure he's okay.
With the tackle, that'll bring up
went for 3 yards for McCaffrey.
From the 8-yard line.
Because it looked like he hesitated just for a second there.
2nd down and 7. The 8-yard line for Rice. Their deepest penetration so far. McMahon back there as a quarterback. McCaffrey staying in. Receiver to the right. Snap. A fake to Broussard. I think he went the wrong side on that play action. Toss right side. Doesn't matter. Caught. Right sideline. Touchdown. Luke McCaffrey. Touchdown. Rice Owls. He beat Caleb Anderson for an 8-yard score to this near side. I think he's okay with that TD grab.
I think he is too. The boundary. He's been working the boundary all night long. Got those toes at the end there after the catch. That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. Running that underneath route. Got his toes in there. Came down like a pro. That's how you get it done.
He had some passing touchdowns last season, 2 rushing touchdowns, and now just completed. He's got a receiving touchdown in his career as a Rice Owl now as they're trying to boot this extra point through. McMahon going back to hold for Van Sickle. Get a field goal earlier. If this is true, it'll be a 10-7 lead. 5:20, second quarter. What a game it is shaping up to be here under the lights here at Rice Stadium. Snap and the hold are good. Van Sickle, the Charlotte, North Carolina product, punches it above the vomitorium. It is true.
On the field.
Rice 10 and Louisiana 7, and some more flags. The whole stash of referees neon flags and all of Houston was thrown up into the air as it floated down to the turf. And they'll have to sort this one out after the break.
Media timeout.
Yeah, well, they've got a lot to sort out here. Rice 10, Louisiana 7. Don't go anywhere. 5:20 second quarter. It's Rice football from Learfield.
Whether running a marathon or walking your dog, every movement matters. But when you're in pain, simple activities can feel unbearable. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our specialists can help you heal faster using the latest technology, minimally invasive procedures, and advanced physical therapy. As the top-ranked hospital in Texas, we have the expertise to keep you moving and help you get back to doing the things you love. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Northstar Pressure Washing, the only power washing company you will ever need for all your commercial and residential properties. Serving Houston and the surrounding areas for over 10 years, and now a proud sponsor for Rice University sports programs. Call us today for a free quote at 281-989-9244, because at Northstar Pressure Washing, we never forget that your image is our business.
Left in the second quarter. Rice is now up 10-7 on the strength of a 13-play, 83-yard drive that took 7 minutes and 56 seconds. It was the 8-yard pass to Mccaffrey that got it done from TJ. What the Rice Owls were able to do in that drive, they had 3 third-down conversions. TJ, prior to the drive, had thrown back-to-back interceptions, and they had 6 straight completions during that drive. So just a tremendous drive. Bobby Schlenker doing a tremendous job keeping us up to date here and up to speed. JP, that was one heck of a drive. The big catch, though, Isaiah Esdale, 3rd and 12, and this is after TJ was sacked and lost 4 yards on a 3rd and 8. That was a big catch and may end up being the biggest play of the game.
And enjoy the game.
Rice football brought to you by Acme Oyster House. Here's the Red Beans and Rice University. Acme Oyster House, proud sponsor of Rice football. After the game, come join us for a fried seafood platter, shrimp po' boy, a dozen char-grilled oysters. Acme, the best little oyster house in Texas. Also the home of the Mike Bloomgren Show, Monday nights, 7 until 8, just close to that Westheimer and Montrose intersection there. Talked about McCaffrey a lot. He's up to 6 grabs, 52 yards in his first career receiving touchdown. That includes junior high, high school, here in college.
Junior high.
Rice 10 and Louisiana 7 as the big-legged Hawaiian will be kicking this one off horn. And they've got the young fella and Smith back to return this one for Louisiana. Have not had a return yet, though, here tonight. Rice 10, Louisiana 7. We got a doozy here, a Donnybrook, if you will. It's been a feisty one as well. By the way, they had offsetting penalties. Our drama there, Braden Noter, the Owls penalty, getting into it with Louisiana. And 10-7, Rice leads, as that was a touchback. We have another timeout on the field. 5:20 second quarter. Rice 10, Louisiana 7. Back with this Louisiana drive when we come back. It's Rice football from Learfield.
No one wants to fight the traffic to and from the stadium or arena. You don't have to when you go Win. Win Transportation. Enjoy the game, not fight the traffic. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable group transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans, giving your trip an extra special touch. So when it's game time, remember, all you need is Win. Book at GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But you know, the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Oh, hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
5:20 remaining in the second quarter. Rice now leads by the score of 10-7. And that's a good 10-7. The Owls are so proud to again be partnering with IBEW International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 716, lining up Rice University and Houston for over 100 years.
Next broadcast of Rice House football is just down the road at TDECU Stadium. It kicks at 5 o'clock, announced this week. A 4:30 Houston Methodist pregame. Owls and Cougars in the Bayou Bucket renewed. And Cougars this afternoon hosted U of H. Excuse me, that would be a weird inter-squad scrimmage as the season's getting
that's
away.
true.
Kansas beating Houston 48-30. They had about an hour lightning delay there, but Cougars, they're favored by about 10 going into that one, and they're now 1-2. They had that really close loss out of the South Plains last week, but Rice and U of H, always fun to have the Bayou Bucket. That'll be next week coming up. No love lost between that team across town
not at all.
and the Rice Owls.
That's the last year.
All right, the Raging Cajuns have Fields there at QB, 10-7 Rice lead. First down, their own 25, clad in the white jerseys, and they got the red headgear with the Raging Cajuns written on that helmet. 5:20 second quarter. Quarterback Fields takes the snap, and he shows play action. Throws right side. Lampkin comes out of the backfield, the tight end, and he is spun down, bent, and shoved back. Conti and Williams on that tackle. 4-yard gain upfield. Dunbar helping out 2. Gain of 4. Second down and 6 for Louisiana.
Played some great defense that time. Everybody there, kind of like bracket coverage. And that big tight end, you just cannot allow him to get loose.
Louisiana just 65 total yards. Rice 155. Back to pass Fields. This will be a free play looking down the left side, and flags on the back end too as they're trying to get Jefferson deep. Nyqual and Fresh back there, but we had a jump by the Owls defensive line there. So they'll probably take that pass interference as Inachuku jumped for the Owls.
Yeah, that was Fresh. His arm got caught in the cookie jar that time. And
there are 2 fouls by the defense. Offside. In the neutral zone at the snap. 98. That penalty is declined. Pass interference, number 1. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Yeah, it was not Van Heitman. That was Inachuku, 91, not 98. But so they will mark it up to the 44-yard line.
Correction, the offside was 92.
Well, okay, Quint Titt, 92, not 91. Somebody in the 90s, 1st and 10, the 44, right to left, under the lights here. 10-7, Rice leads. Snap coming back to Fields, takes it letter high, play action. Stands tall, steps up, nowhere to go, though. He is wrapped up and sacked. He is brought down. Conti and company, Myron Morrison back there, along with Piercy, loss of 8 on that play. What a job, the former Atascocita star, coming up big for the Owls on that sack. I think we're going to give it to Morrison.
Yeah, saw Morrison's parents on the way in, and they were looking pretty happy, as though they knew their son would do something special today, and he has done that, along with help from his friends.
Got a long commute there from Atascocita up the road here. Rice 10 and Louisiana 7, 4:09, 4:08 to go in this second quarter. Shotgun snap to Fields, looking left, throwing left, out route caught by one of the fullbacks here, the 35, and wrapped up. Conti brings down, check that, Traylon Washington, the running back coming out, former Hemp Hill Hornets star, and gain, check that, no gain on that play. Third down and 18. They have to get to Atascocita for the first down.
That was Conti, and he made a heck of a play there. He got there in a hurry and was able to one-man tackle the runner.
Louisiana, the nation's longest winning streak at 15 games. They trail Rice 10-7, 3rd and 18. They're on 36 near the 3.5-minute mark. Only 1 of 5 on third downs. Try to set up the screen left side. Too hard and too low to the left of Smith. Incomplete. Felt Nyqual coming from behind. David Taylor also back there in defense for the Owls, and the Owls will get it back. Remember, they can try to double up here. I might be getting ahead of myself. But the Owls get the football to start the second half, and the Owls send 2 punt returners back right now.
The Rice Owls have done a nice job today, period. Other than the pick 6, Rice Owls right now 155 yards compared to 57 yards for the Raging Cajuns. And they've done a pretty good job, other than the pick 6.
Got Thompson and Fresh back there receiving this punt. Rolling to his right is Burns. The Australian kicks this one deep. End over end. Fresh down to the 15-yard line. He dodges that hacky sack, and he runs past The 23 to the 24-yard line. Pedesco, former Shark of Manville High School, down 288. 48-yard punt, only a 3-yard return, but thought we had a flag.
Illegal
I guess Shadow Creek is a
more
Sharks.
Than 4 in the backfield. Offense.
Manville Mavericks, maybe?
5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
Yeah, so I was talking over there over Mr. Harden's signal, but they'll replay this punt here coming up. It was an infraction on Rice. Legal procedure.
That was on
It does go on Louisiana.
Yeah, correct.
So the Owls will take another crack at this. Good to have backup here in the booth.
You know what? That's why we do what we do.
Yes, sir.
We back each other up all the time.
3:14, second quarter. Rice 10 and Louisiana 7. We'll try this one again. Reese Burns, 5'11 senior from Melbourne. Preseason first team all Sun Belt Conference. Takes the deep snap from Hunter Sims. Kicks it high. This time Thompson, former All-American at HBU, gets his first return chance for the Owls. Cuts it up to 20. And he said it's a little different here up at Conference USA. And he got stymied there by the special teams unit for the Louisiana Ragin' Cajun, Patrick Minsa, the first one to hit him after that 55-yard punt, a 6-yard return. Timeout on the field. Rice 10 and Louisiana 7, 3:03 of the second quarter of play. What do you think, Nate? I think, we've got all our breaks, right, studio, I believe. So what are you thinking over there?
I like what I'm saying, and I think that, with 3:03 remaining, I think you're not going to like what I'm going to say. But
try me.
I think that you should test these defensive backs. Test the defensive backs of Louisiana. Get some cover. Get your big receivers out. Get Bradley Rosner out, and see if you can make something happen. And also, Isaiah Esdale. Get him into the mix, as well as Luke Mccaffrey.
And we do have one more break. Rice 10 and Louisiana 7, 3:03 second quarter. Back after this, it's Rice football from Learfield.
Build it, price it, own it. Go online and see Shoppers and John Deere's new way to get a John Deere tractor just the way you want it. Google Shoppers John Deere and let your John Deere tractor story begin. Build the tractor you want with the attachments you need to get your work done. Price it. No hidden costs and financing options available for any budget. Own it, and Shoppers will deliver your John Deere tractor. Build it, price it, own it. It's Shoppers' new way to get the John Deere tractor you want your way. Shoppers, all things John Deere.
Howdy Homemade Ice Cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
3 minutes and 3 seconds to go. First half, Rice Stadium. Rice leading the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana 10-7. Jason Metco on the sidelines. Time for our volleyball check-in. Pretty good week for volleyball. Over at Tudor Fieldhouse, a 3-2 victory over Texas Tech. And last night, my goodness, over Kansas State, down 2-0. Come back to win 3-2. Commonality in that, JP Heath on the call. Don't get used to 3-2 matches like those, JP. Very thrilling stuff. Good news tomorrow. Very talented team coming in at number 17, Creighton. It starts at 1 o'clock at Tudor Fieldhouse. It's on YouTube, and Mr. Heath will be on the call for that one as well.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Creighton 17th in the nation, and they 1-4 over K-State. Bob, you were over there for that one today. The second Adidas Invitational, and a reverse sweep. I learned that volleyball term today, reading Kenny Bybee's wrap-up. Reverse sweep for the Owls coming back. Jenny Volpe getting it done against Power 5 teams. We're now 12-9 the last 3 seasons against Power 5 competition for Rice volleyballers. Broussard the back to the right of McMahon, starting the series to 22, about 3 minutes left. Oh! He throws it left side. It's intercepted. Big fella, 25-yard line, dodging his way is McGriff. He is finally brought down at the 18.
Nigel McGriff.
McGriff getting his first pick of the season. Redshirt sophomore, Jacksonville, Florida. Their third pick of the night. And it'll be at the 20. See, they haven't marked it just yet, but that'll be around that red zone opportunity. Another pick by McMahon.
Yeah, TJ, the message to TJ is don't let this get you down, because you have a second half to play. So you still have to keep your head up. Right now, the defense is keeping you in the game, but you can't keep giving it away. You got to figure out where those guys are. They're sitting in that coverage, and you got to figure out where they are.
10-7, Rice still leads. Owls defense has only given up 57 yards. You just don't want to keep testing that defense.
Yeah, they're sitting in that zone coverage. You got to figure out where they are.
All right, Fields back with it in that pistol. The back right behind him, twins left. One of those receivers is Rogers. That back is Terrence Williams from Manny. Again, I've been there many times. High snap, hand left to the Manny product, and good job by Floyd coming in there to wrestle him down, spin him down. The redshirt sophomore from Reedy High School up to the Dallas Metroplex in Frisco, drops him for a 3-yard loss, 2nd and 13 at the 20.
They are stopping the run, which was one of the keys that we talked about. The defense is really good right now. So far on the night, 40 yards rushing for Louisiana. But I tell you what, remember in the second half, remember last week is when they got the majority of their scores and yards.
2nd and 13 at the 20, left hash. Fields in that shotgun, still has Williams, the back right behind him. H-back Meagle in motion in front of him. Snap, looking left. It's caught by Johnson. Puts out that stiff arm. Check that Jefferson, and he is down to the 11-yard line. Fresh brings him down, a 9-yard gain under the 2-minute mark. Rice 10, Louisiana 7. Owls have been terrific on third downs today. Louisiana only 1 of 6. They need a big one here.
Got to constrict third. You know, the red zone right here. This is where you got to take all the passing lanes away. What kind of a defense are they going to line up in?
Owls showing that one safety right now, high Nyaqual. 3rd down and 4 at the Rice 11. Rice leading 10-7, last minute and a half. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Back to pass it now is Fields at that shotgun. Blitz comes in, floating it left side. It is caught. It is caught. A touchdown by Williams. He let the ball travel to him on that left side in that blue painted end zone, and he slipped by a couple of Owls defenders on this near way. Fresh there, near in coverage. Nyaqual there had some pressure. Owls selling out for that blitz, but they make them pay for that turnover, an 11-yard pass.
Yeah, I think you're looking at Fresh, and he was looking for some safety help, and Nyaqual looks like he slipped and fell. And so that was just very unfortunate. You found the receiver, he just slipped right into the end zone, touchdown, and they retake the lead.
So the Owls, 3 picks in this game, 2 of them leading to scores. One directly on the pick six, Caleb Anderson, 54-yard pick six. 4th one the Owls have thrown this year. And then they get the short field, 17-yard scoring drive there. Only took 3 plays. And Louisiana, the 11-yard hook up to Williams. And it puts the Raging Cajuns up 14-10.
You can look at yourself, because you gave up 7 points on a pick six, and then you throw this interception, and it leads to a touchdown for the Raging Cajuns right now. They lead 14-10 with 1:24 when you clearly had the momentum and an opportunity to score, and all of a sudden the game is turned around on another interception.
Ottaviano going back deep with Thompson to our left. All 3 timeouts for the Owls, trailing 14-10. Again, 3 plays, 17 yards on that drive. Took them 1:28 to get that touchdown. That 6th touchdown pass of the season by Fields. Named the starting quarterback August 22nd. Played 8 games last year. Coming in for program great Levi Lewis, won 83% of his starts. Now playing for Saskatchewan here in the Canadian Football League. Here comes the kick deep. It's a short one. Ottaviano is going to return it from the 3. Right hash up the 10. Takes a right turn. Diagonally 15. Dodges a tackler. Dodges another on the 20. Up the sideline. Past the 25. And little hip check out of bounds between the 27 and the 28-yard line. 23-yard return for Ottaviano. The special teams tackle for Mr. Quinney. Good to see him back after that injury he had earlier for the Raging Cajuns. So, Nate, 1:19, 3 timeouts. You get the ball to start the second half. Down 4. How aggressive you think the Owls will be here?
You need to still be aggressive, but what you don't want to do is be aggressive in your own territory. So you have to depend on the run to get you out of this position. Past the 50, we'll see what happens.
Got Dean Connors in the backfield for the Rice Owls. 1st and 10 to 28. Down 4. Snap of the knees of McMahon. Looking right. Looks middle. Spins away from a sack. Decides to dodge. Spins his way from another tackler. And he will make his way around the left end. And he only got 2 yards out of all of that. Downhill Green corralling him. And whistles are blowing. And the Owls do call a timeout. They've got 2
Rice
more of
will
those.
take their first time out of the half.
1:02, second
Please reset
quarter.
the clock. 1 minute,
Louisiana 14,
8
Rice
seconds.
10.
1-0.
Owls have the football. Stay tuned. Jason Metko will have a chat with Dunleavy Family head football coach Mike Bloomgren coming up here at the break. We'll have stats and scores. Bob will have his Rice Owls athletics update coming in a bit. And we'll recap the Owls Mike Bloomgren show. Hear some stories from Marcus Tuiasosopo, who was our guest. Longtime NFL quarterback and a former star at Washington, but we talk about his path and his motivation, his coaching inspirations. That was a fun talk this past Monday night at Acme Oyster House.
That it was. But you guys talked about a lot in regards to what he's seen as well.
He is great. Yeah, he's made his difference on the Owls offense. Owls just trying to make it count on the field here as Rosner comes out next to Connors. Man will be out of the shotgun when we resume after this stoppage. 2nd and 8 to 30. Rice ball down 4, still 2 timeouts left in this second quarter. Shotgun snap, a little bit low. McMahon stepping up, hurling over the middle, sitting in that zone is Mccaffrey, middle of the field, slides backwards and up to midfield. Great job, creeping up to down to the 49, brought down by Pedesclo, and a 21-yard gain. Owls hurrying here. Here's McMahon coming to the line, takes the snap, looking middle, looking left now, caught by Mccaffrey. A flag is right behind him at the 36-yard line. See if that's legal use of hands. 51 seconds, clock
Legal
stop.
substitution. Defense. 12 on the field at the
There you
snap.
go.
That penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Yeah, you'll take that result, and McCaffrey getting his 8th catch of this first half.
Keep right on playing, and I'm glad that Coach Tui decided to go with the throw and allow TJ to regain his confidence.
It was Amir McDaniel, sophomore from Pensacola, Florida, 5'8", redshirt sophomore, and a flag comes in here. That's what Nate is wincing about. Looks like everybody and their mama's mama jumped.
Ball start. Number 76, offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Goes against John Hughes for the blue and gray. Owls committing their 4th penalty of this first half.
Can't have that inside of 2 minutes. Everybody has to be on the same page about what you're doing.
I mean, get to that in a second. Still a lot of time. I think the Owls could at least get 3 out of this, but you want to get greedy. Back to passes. McMahon looking left, checks it down. It's caught at the 45, down inside the 40-yard line, going out of bounds as Connors stops that clock near the 40-yard line. Jasper Williams there on that tackle to push him out. Only a 3-yard gain, but 2nd down and 12 at the 40. My point being, before that play, you think you got to get to around the 25 to be comfortable with Van Sickle field goal range, no?
I'm going for 7. I'm sorry. I got to get it. You only take the 3 if you can't get the 7. I'm not playing for 3.
2nd down and 12 at the 40. Shotgun McMahon. It's an empty set, 5 wide. Back to pass. TJ looking middle. Dances to left. Bumps into Onianwa, then shrugs that contact. Throws back across the middle. Almost a pick. It was wide of McCaffrey. Incomplete at the 33. Brandon Bishop almost had the 4th pick of the first half of the Louisiana Raging Cajuns defense. Nate squirming over there in the corner there of our blue booth here, 3rd and 12 to 40.
I am so sorry. I hate to be making those sounds, but I'm seeing what I'm seeing on the field, and I'm thinking, oh, my God, not another one. And you know, look, the receiver slipped. Intended receiver slipped and fell, I do believe. And you want to see TJ complete a big pass here, 3rd and 12, JP.
I think you're in 4-down territory, too.
I think so, too.
3rd and 12 to 40. On third downs here tonight, Rice is 4 of 7. Back to pass McMahon, looking right, caught by Kobe Campbell, and he gets creamed at the 25, but it is enough to pick up a first down. Amir McDaniel and Portland Flowers sandwich him at 15 yards, and you don't have to worry about the field goal for now. First down to the 25. Campbell's second catch of the year.
Yeah, that's a huge catch right there by Kobe Campbell, and certainly,
Rice, we'll take the second.
you talk about a
Timeout
guy
of the
who's
half.
really strong. He's
30
nothing but a muscle. That's all he is.
Timeout is called.
His high school team right now playing Ridgepoint, Hightower versus Ridgepoint. Be a good game.
Hightower Hurricanes, no?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
32 seconds left, second quarter. Louisiana 14, Rice 10. So let's walk through these things. Now, as you've got one timeout after this, the Owls took that stoppage, and around the 25, you're in field goal range now, but you don't want to settle for that. Seeing what Louisiana's done this drive, what are you thinking over there?
Well, again, I think you have to make the safe play and go to the end zone. That's what you do. You got 32 seconds left on the clock, though. So you can actually run about 3 or 4 plays. It's first and 10, but make the safe play and go for the end zone. I think you got to do it.
And that would be huge for Rice as Louisiana took advantage of the short field. 11-yard touchdown catch from Williams.
You see the
14 to 10.
You see the coverage? Right now, Rosner has man coverage, but there's a safety sitting back there. They don't want them to go deep. 2 deep safety.
First and 10 at Louisiana's 25. Rice trailing 14 to 10, driving late this first half. Snap play action, Connors. McMahon throwing right and towards Esdale. Contact near the pylon. It falls down. Amos there running stride for stride with Esdale. No call. Second and 10. The 25. 27 seconds left. Clock stopped.
See, they were going for it all right there. And the reason you do that is because you don't eat up a lot of time on the clock. So, again, you can run 3 or 4 plays. Rosner on the other side, though, he's looking at double coverage. That safety's going to come over the top and help out. But somebody's going to be open. And if I'm picking on a spot, I'm looking at the middle.
McMahon next to Connors there in the backfield. Campbell and Rosner, the receivers to the left. Second and 10, the 25. In motion is Connors. Empty again for McMahon. TJ takes the snap. Looking middle. Dodges. Running to the right side. McMahon, horse collared, slammed down at the 27. And he is down on the sideline.
Flags on the play.
Flags raining in near that sideline. Louisiana's linebacker Moncrief. McMahon, by the way, popped back up. But this will be a personal foul penalty on Louisiana, their 4th penalty of this first half.
You know, TJ said, I'm all right. Plus, we're going to get a few more yards down the field. So, yeah, that was definitely intended.
There are no soft touches from this Louisiana defense. No. Gentle tackles.
Horse collar tackle. Number 6, defense. Half the distance to the goal from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
All of the penalties on Louisiana have been big. That's their first one in a while, but 20 seconds left. Owls now will snap it here at the 12.
Here's the problem. You don't have a lot of time, so you got to throw it. You got to go for the end zone.
We got a timeout.
Because you can kick a field goal here if you have to do that.
Yeah, you're at least deep there to the 12-yard line. 20 seconds left. Louisiana leads 14 to 10 in this second quarter. Connors to the right of McMahon there in the backfield. McCaffrey slide left. Back to pass McMahon. Looking at McCaffrey. Through his hands. Incomplete the 10. And that skitters to the feet of Pedesclo, the safety back deep. Anderson there on coverage. 16 seconds left. Again, still good time. You got a timeout left. And probably don't want to run it up the middle of the field, but then you'd have that timeout, but you want to have an idea of how to penetrate that end zone there.
You can still run 2 more plays here. So no sense in doing anything. If you can get the 6, basically. So, don't limit yourself just to the 3 points. Now, you got a situation over here with Rosner.
Rosner left with McCaffrey, both man coverage. 16 seconds left. Back to pass. Here's McMahon. Nothing in the middle. Running towards the sideline. Heaves it towards the end zone. It is caught. It's caught. McCaffrey. No, incomplete. McCaffrey walking back to the back judge, who could not see McCaffrey there. Trahan on that coverage. Back judge made the call with McCaffrey had his back to him. And we get a look on that replay. Great throw by McMahon across the body. And we'll see what they say here. But 5 seconds left right now. Now you're, depending on what they call there.
Going to get a review, no question.
I'd imagine that. We're beholden by the camera angles we have here. And the only one we've seen is from behind. And now the officials are talking about this. They're hovering around that 20-yard line to see
the play again. We're going to see it again here on the big board.
McMahon was going to his right, throwing back across the body.
That's the catch, looks like to me.
We'll see. We had that wider sideline view of it. They don't have one right down the line, but
there was a ref right there, JP.
And now a flag comes in. Just now they drop a flag.
Offense. What? The receiver went out of bounds on his own, returned inbounds, and was first to touch the pass. The penalty is lost it down at the previous spot.
After all that happened. They just now dropped the flag, so it looks like they will not be able to review that, and the Owls will have to settle for a field goal.
Now you got to take the 3. Well, I tell you what.
You're still out there.
You talked about some opportunities that were.
They're going, Nate. McMahon getting the play? No, he's the holder, too. Yeah, he's the holder setting up. 5 seconds left. That worried me there for a second, but a 31-yard attempt by number 31, Van Sickle. He hit one earlier, and he is 2 for 2 on the young season, and play is halted. Louisiana will call the timeout.
Timeout, Louisiana, the first of the half.
Here for Mike Lundgren in seconds. You'd like to have a 1-point deficit going into the half. A lot of things had to happen right, and they almost pieced together that touchdown scoring drive, but they came so close. Hopefully they at least get 3 out of it.
Yeah, they got a penalty flag on what we thought would have been a touchdown, and that was just unfortunate. A lot of things, though. I thought that the clock management was pretty good, considering that they had some opportunities. The only thing you have to be able to do, though, in a situation like that, JP, you have to execute when you have those opportunities. And they were given those opportunities, could not execute. And, again, discipline. You can't have flags on big plays like that.
Rice football brought to you by Houston Methodist, the official healthcare provider for Rice Athletics. Visit HoustonMethodist.org. Houston Methodist, leading medicine. I'm JP Heath with Nate Griffin. Jason Metco on the sideline. Bob Rohan Walter here as well. 31-yard attempt right hash. McMahon the hold.
Louisiana will take their second timeout of the half.
Timeout is called. They're trying to ice him on a 30-ish, 31 on that field goal attempt.
You got 3, so you may as well use them. You get 3.5.
Doesn't help for the broadcast flow, though.
All right, hold up. Here's the game plan after tonight's game.
I mean, we have an opportunity to drink a little water, talk to Bob. You and I can
do some reads.
Yeah,
We can tell you that if you missed any part of the Mike Bloomgren Show, you can subscribe to the Rice Owls Insider podcast. Also, game highlights, interviews with AD Joe Carlgard, wherever you get your podcast. Rice Owls Insider. I also found out this week you can also say, ask Alexa, play the Rice Owls Insider podcast. All right, Nate, they got one more in their back pocket. Each team has a timeout left, but 5 seconds left. This game coming to a screeching halt there at the end of the second quarter.
To attempt a 30-yard field goal.
And another try added. Louisiana 15 and Rice 10. Watching Coach Desmorow to the far sideline. Not going to call a timeout here. The snap and the hold are good. Van Sickle's kick is up, and it is good. End zone to our right. 2 seconds left. Second quarter, 31-yard field goal attempt. Good for Van Sickle. Louisiana 14-13 lead here.
That's the end of the first half.
And they will march off those last 2 seconds. We'll hear from Dunleavy Family head football coach Mike Bloomgren come up in a moment. Quick thoughts on that first half, Nate?
Well, that took 9 plays, 60 yards in a minute 17. First half, I thought Rice played pretty well, other than the interceptions. 3 interceptions in the first half and 1 a pick 6. One of those 3 was a pick 6. You cannot have that. They've got to fix that and maybe create some plays and maybe make TJ understand those underneath defenders are there in those passing lanes.
Jason tracking down Coach Bloomgren right now. 14-13 Louisiana. Jason, take it away.
Coach, this game could be a lot more in your side if it weren't for the 3 interceptions. What do you need from TJ, and how do you get his confidence back in the second half?
Yeah, we just need him to play within himself. We've seen how good that could be last week, and right now we're not getting that from him. He's like he's really sped up right now, and we've got to calm him down. That's the bottom line. I don't know if our defense can play any better. I'm so proud of those guys and the effort they put forward. We need that to continue in the second half, and we just need a few more plays offensively.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you very much, Mike Bloomgren. There you go. Louisiana 14, Rice 13. After much ado, fans have waited. They have called in. They have texted. They have tweeted. Where's Bob? Well, Bob's coming up. We'll have a Rice Athletics update coming up next. Louisiana 14, Rice 13. IBEW Local 716 halftime show is next. It's Rice football from Learfield.
You've got a lot going on, so how do you find time to take care of you? At Houston Methodist, we work around your busy life. There's same-day primary care appointments, online scheduling to see our world-class specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care, bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise wherever, whenever you need it.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Rice teams and traditions are legendary. Our team as strategic wealth designers are proud to be a partner of Rice Athletics. What an honor to be working together. When you're ready to discuss your financial future, call the team the Owls trust. We look forward to creating your winning strategy for retirement. Visit us at swdgroup.com today. And go Owls.
We interrupt your top 40 hits to issue this alert from the Karbach Brewing Company. In our efforts to brew our distinct and popular Hopadillo IPA, we have unwittingly created a monster. A monster with an insatiable thirst. A monster that will not stop until it gets what it wants. An ice-cold Hopadillo IPA. Just like the one I'm holding in my hand. Bold, flavorful, dry-hopped, irresistible. Go, sweet Mary! Hopadillo. Find it before it finds you. Bravely brewed in Texas by the Karbach Brewing Company.
Hey, Oscar, wake up. Hi, this is Otis and Oscar, the talking spokes oysters for Acme Oyster House. You've probably seen us on TV. My friend Oscar is, sleeping. You know, we oysters like our pets. Anyway, drop by tonight for a dozen raw, a dozen char grilled, a seafood platter or po' boy, and maybe a few laughs. Come Acme, bro. Not you. Acme Oyster House. Life's more fun with seafood.
On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the IBEW Local Union 716 halftime show. Coming up, scores from around the country, highlights, and stats from our first half. Now, with a look at what's going on across Rice Athletics, let's go back to the stadium and join Bob Schlanger.
All right, guys, we are back. And, of course, I am Nate Griffin, Bob Schlanger. Everybody's texting, tweeting, wanting to know where Bob is, and he's here.
I'm highly suspicious of that.
JP, you got to watch him. 14-13, and it's the other team that's leading the Rice House right now. What do you think, Bob?
Well, I think if we play mistake-free football in the second half, good things are going to happen.
Got a shot?
Yeah, I think we got a shot. Defense is playing great. So,
but
let's take a look. Let's take a look around campus. Since we talked with you last Saturday during the Rice defeat of McNeese State football, volleyball played a big match against Texas Tech, and it was an incredible atmosphere at Tudor Fieldhouse, and they came back and won in 5, defeated Texas Tech, and then played last night against Kansas State, another Big 12 school, and they didn't start out well, but the will of some of those players, they just wouldn't give in. The Rice fight never die, and they won in 5 against Kansas State. They're really good. They're really fun to watch. The atmosphere at Tudor Fieldhouse is great, and they play tomorrow. So tomorrow they have, I think Creighton is ranked in the top. I've heard 14 or 17. Yeah. But I think Rice's RPI is right there with them. And if Rice plays well, I think we can defeat Creighton. And then, the top 25 ranking has got to come.
Might be right there for you.
But you can make it a doubleheader tomorrow. Thursday night, the soccer team opened Conference USA play over at San Antonio. Delaney Schultz is back and scored 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of the game. And Bella Kilgore, the defense made it stand up. They defeated UTSA 2-1. They play at 11 o'clock tomorrow against Florida International. So you can come and, see a soccer game. Soccer game will be over by 1. Walk over and you can be outside in the nice warm Sunday morning and then go see the volleyball match in the frigid confines of Tudor
Frigid
Field.
confines, Bob?
It is so cold in there during volleyball, but it's exciting. And the volleyball team is, if you like volleyball, if you like college volleyball, tomorrow's going to be a great day to come to Tudor Fieldhouse and see them play.
You said a doubleheader. What time does the first one start?
Okay, the soccer's at 11, volleyball's at 1.
Soccer at 11, volleyball at 1, which means that you can have a really good day over on the campus of Rice University.
I
Yes,
got
Bob.
one other thing to mention. The women's cross-country team ran up at A&M yesterday in the A&M Invitational. Finished third. They were a little shorthanded, but I think the story is that Grace Forbes is in Grace Forbes' form, and she won going away. She's really fun to watch. So if you get a chance to see the cross-country team, she's a great runner. Conference USA Female Athlete of the Year last year. Conference USA Female Athlete of the Week last week. So
had fun watching her at the World Championship. She was simply incredible.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
She's something.
All right, we're here at Rice Stadium, and right now they are down a point to Louisiana, 14-13. When we come back, JP Heath has more. Stay with us. Rice down 13-14 to Louisiana. Stay with us.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the Lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the IBEW Local Union 716 halftime show. And this is what happened last time on the Mike Bloomgren Show.
We have offensive coordinator of the Blue and Gray, Marcus Tuiasosopo. How are you doing, sir?
Doing great, JP. Thanks for having me here. It was awesome. It's a great place.
Yeah.
After a great weekend, it's a lot of fun to be doing this.
A star-studded lineup, action-packed. A question I have never asked you, and it just came to mind. When you were playing, what was the weirdest pronunciation of your name? Because you have like the coolest last name ever. But like some PA announcers, I mean, they don't always prepare as much, but the more famous and you got, I'm sure they nailed it. So did you have any weird pronunciations?
Yeah, I'd have to probably go all the way back to like summer league baseball when I was like in junior high or high school, just because, you know, they probably didn't practice. They just showed up and then there's the roster. And
Tui.
I mean, it was Tuiasosopio, Tupiapasopa, Tulasanga, and then one time they didn't even say it. It was like coming up to the plate, number 25, Marcus. And my head coach is the third base coach. He's like, "Get out of the box!
Yeah.
It's Tulasanga!" And it's some colorful language that followed. But yeah, it's funny. It's phonetic, and so really little kids do it the best because they don't really think about it. They see it and then it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's for my whole life, I've probably heard every iteration of my last name.
So when did you stop playing baseball?
Pretty much high school. I went out 1 year in college, and I was going to play, and then it was actually the spring of my junior year, so going into my senior year of high school, college.
Wow.
And I was just like, man, I got to be out there playing left field. It's like freezing in Seattle. Like at 8 p.m., all my teammates are driving by the baseball field, honking their horn, saying, "Dewey, you stink!" And so I was like, this poor guy I'm playing left field with came around a baseball scholarship, and I'm just doing it so I can have peace of mind. So I was like, hey, I'm going to go focus on football. But yeah, it was something I did. Actually signed to play both football and baseball when I went to Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did not know that either. And for those that don't know, great college career, long NFL career. Somehow the one person out there might not know. When did you know coaching would be a possibility? Obviously, you run paths, for those that don't know, with Coach Bloomgren. He's at the Jets, and you're playing there. So when did you think, I might not only like this coaching, but I might do pretty well at it?
Yeah, I think from the beginning, I always thought I wanted to play in the NFL. I wanted to be Joe Montana. I wanted to do that. And then I always thought that I would love to be a head coach. And those were kind of like two dreams I had. And I enjoyed teaching. And I think I love teaching in this field, on the football field. And so when my playing career got done, I'd give it a try. But it was probably really actually the time with the Jets when I was with Coach Bloomgren. And there was a coach named Homer Smith who I'd met before through my college coach, Rick Neuheisel. And so he came out to visit us and talk about 2 Minute with the offensive staff. And so we sat next to each other on like a 2-hour bus ride during New York traffic. And he was asking me what I wanted to do. And so I said, I think I want to coach. And so he started to ask me about it. And we spent that whole bus ride talking about coaching. And then he sent me a note right before he passed away. And he's like, hey, I hope you pursue this because, I think you'd be really good at it and be great for the young men that you'd be able to coach. And so that kind of was like, yeah, I think this is something that I need to do. And then probably 2 weeks into my first training camp when I was like a quality control GA doing everything, making sure the coffee pot was never empty, all the odd jobs. And I remember calling my wife like at 11:45 p.m. and telling her, I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I love it. And so she said, all right, let's go do it.
Listen to the Mike Bloomgren Show, Mondays at 7 during game weeks. Live from Acme Oyster House on the Rice Sports Network from Learfield.
Whether running a marathon or walking your dog, every movement matters. But when you're in pain, simple activities can feel unbearable. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our specialists can help you heal faster using the latest technology, minimally invasive procedures, and advanced physical therapy. As the top-ranked hospital in Texas, we have the expertise to keep you moving and help you get back to doing the things you love. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Buy the best for less at Shoppers. Shoppers has the lowest prices on John Deere tractors. Don't leave money on the table with the best tractor at the best prices of the year. Shoppers makes it so easy with just a few clicks at our website. We dare you to compare. Go see our specials by Googling Shoppers at SHOPPAS. Build the tractor package of your dreams with our Build It, Price It, Own It tool. And we'll deliver your John Deere tractor for free. The best for less at Shoppers. All things John Deere.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you gotta park. The Parking Spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the Parking Spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Rice University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of Rice and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Rice University.
DoubleTree by Hilton Medical Center scores. We're going through this one fast. Rice trailing 14-13, but they get the ball to start the second half. UAB beats Georgia Southern tonight, 35-21. Charlotte leading Georgia State, third quarter, 28-27. 49ers looking for their first win of the year. Middle Tennessee blowing out Tennessee State, third quarter, 49-zip. Indiana squeaks by Western Kentucky, 33-30. Final in overtime earlier today in Bloomington. And UNLV beats North Texas, 58-27. Halftime, FAU trailing UCF, 16-14. Good one in Boca Raton. We'll be there in a few weeks. And Clemson leads second quarter over Louisiana Tech, 13-3 in that game. New Mexico leads UTEP, cross-border rivalry there. New Mexico 17, UTEP 3, final minute of the second quarter. And not to steal your thunder, Nate Griffin, but the UTSA Roadrunners leading the Texas Longhorns now 17-13. Bijan Robinson just seconds ago gets a touchdown. UTSA 17 and Texas 13.
Yeah, he's a good one, is Robinson. Let's try to stay regional and talk about those regional games. Most of them you already have, but I will mention, and this was not regional, North Carolina State leading Texas Tech. Third quarter, 10:04 remaining, 20-7 right now. You told them about the one game, and I think that's going to be all I do. Oh, Texas A&M leading Miami right now, 3-0 in the first quarter, 10-11 remaining in the first quarter. And that's going to do it for now, JP.
Got a lot more coming up. Second half as well. Louisiana 14, Rice 13. Second half next. It's Rice football from Louisiana, from Learfield as well.
Rice fans need a place to stay while watching your Owls play ball? Located just steps from campus is the Hilton Houston Medical Center. Visit us today at houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount. Again, that's houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount now.
Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment. 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, the official beer partner of Rice Athletics, and now available for purchase everywhere in Texas. The Yingling Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Please enjoy responsibly.
Your one-stop for all college sports is the Varsity app and the brand new Varsity Network website, thevarsitynetwork.com. Keep up with your favorite teams and the rest of college sports, no matter where you are, with thevarsitynetwork.com. Live and on-demand broadcasts, your favorite college-centric podcasts with stories and video around college sports and your favorite teams. Be sure to download the Varsity app and check out the brand new Varsity Network website, thevarsitynetwork.com.
Join us each Monday of a game week for the Mike Bloomgren Show from Acme Oyster House. It's at 1201 Westheimer. It's aired live at 7 o'clock on the Varsity Network app, riceowls.com, and the Owls Game Day app. Coach and I will recap each game and preview the Owls' next opponent. Players and assistant coaches also join us throughout the season. And get this, it's also streamed live on the Owls Facebook and YouTube channels. The Mike Bloomgren Show, 7 o'clock every Monday of a game week at Acme Oyster House.
Looking at the Houston Methodist leaderboard, we are just seconds away from starting the second half. Louisiana leads Rice 14-13. Owls will get the ball back. In that first half, Louisiana had 23 plays for just 66 yards, 2.8 yards per play, 32 with the rush and 34 passing. So you don't want to ask too much more from the Rice defense, but Rice has 207 yards at the break, but the Owls have turned it over 3 times, 3 picks from TJ McMahon, who is still – he's thrown for 155 yards, 15 of 24 passing. Montgomery pacing the Owls. He's got 28 yards on 4 carries. Mccaffrey, how about him? Career high in catches and yards. 8 grabs for 84 yards. Fields has only thrown for 34 yards for Louisiana. Cabote leads with 35 yards rushing, and their leading receiver, Jefferson, with 17 yards.
Bottom line is, if you don't turn the ball over, you're playing pretty good football right now, and there's a chance that they might not even have a score on the board, but they've taken advantage of the turnovers. The 2 picks for sure, one that led to a score and one that was a score. So you got to limit those picks, and I'm sure TJ McMahon, no question about it, during the halftime, he looked at some film.
Yeah, 14 points, all off of turnovers. A kick deep, and that goes over the head of Otoviano. The Owls will bring it out to the 25-yard line starting this second half. Yeah, TJ McMahon got some action late in the season last year to come from behind win against Louisiana Tech and have that great home showing. Last week, his first career start, 274 yards, 4 touchdowns throwing and 1 touchdown rushing, and continuing the odd quirk of the schedule, 3 straight home games and his most appearances against Louisiana teams. And he trots out there with a Louisiana product, Broussard, there as his back, left to right for the blue and gray. Rice trailing 14-13, but what a game in that first half. Owls just looking for this big win. Louisiana, the longest winning streak in the nation. Out route near side. Caught by Rosner. Stays in bounds. Pitter-patters those feet after he caught it at the 30. Turned out of bounds by Treha and Guerrer. Got 8 yards of field. Second down and 2 for the blue and gray.
Yeah, you know, if you're Mike Bloomgren, you're trying to downplay that winning streak because they don't have the same quarterback. Levi Lewis is gone. So, you know, you got 2 brand new quarterbacks here. You got an opportunity to do something differently with them in terms of being able to win. And the defense has shown you that they can certainly stop this team completely.
7-yard gain on that last one. 2nd and 3. A turn, a handoff right side, and Broussard will sprint his way around the right end. He's grabbed by Marcus Weiser, their big nose guard from Corpus Christi, Cal Allen down the coast, and Kilgore Junior College product. 5 yards and a first down for the Rice Owls. And Ari Broussard, former walk-on, got into Rice, emailed the coaching staff, and hey, I want to play. They needed him at linebacker. He converted to running back, and he's been the Owls' leading rusher this season and last.
Hit that A-gap that time and was able to take it up. He knew he was 1 tackle away from going all the way.
Bradley in motion for the Owls, the tight end, now left side. 1st and 10 to 37. Snap, hand, right side. That little outside zone play Mike Bloomgren talked so much about. And a hop and a skip past the 40 to the 41 for Jordan Thibodeau on the tackle. 4-yard gain of field. 2nd down and 6 near the 41.
Good vision by Ari Broussard that time. Looked like he was dead to rights there. Was able to, you know, find a little bit of a hop skip. Able to move it up the field just a little bit more. Nice run.
Mid and a half into the third quarter. Louisiana 14, Rice 13. We're 95.3 FM inside the stadium. We're on the Varsity Network app, the Rice Owls Game Day app, riceowls.com, and you can catch our smiling faces there. Let's wave, folks, inside the booth to the nice folks on YouTube and Facebook. Tell your grandma, tell your uncle. Handoff around the right, and a flag comes in as Connors racing his way around the right side, but he met the contact of Osai and Pedesclo. But let us see what Mr. Hart in the white hat says. I believe this will be against the Owls.
Defense,
no.
Number 99, 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Not a wise play there by Weiser there, setting up the Owls' first down.
Not at all. And if you had held on just a couple more seconds, I would have told you that was against the defense. But, you know, I can understand why. You know, you see that flag where it was, and you think automatically it's a hold against the Rice Owls offensive line. But so far, the tempo they're playing, you got to like this. They're moving the ball down the field. Right now, momentum with them on this drive. This is where you want to see them score because this will give number 7 some confidence.
2 minutes into the second half, Rice trailing 14-13. McMahon has the sweat towel dangling off those dark gray pants. He's got Johnson as fullback right in front of him. Connors behind in the snap. The counter turn around to Connors, and he hands it to Dean, who races for a couple yards to the 40 through. Braylon Traha, a redshirt senior from Lafayette, Louisiana, Acadiana High School. Second down now at 8 for Rice.
Lafayette. Is that how you say it?
Acadiana High School.
Lafayette.
Hey, I worked hard. Matt Sullivan, their SID. I said, you need to get an award for the pronunciation guide you have. That is a thick book.
Yes.
They have got 94 Louisiana guys on their roster.
That's amazing.
A lot of Cajun accents there. Second and 8 to 43. I formation, a turn. Play fake, running right side. McMahon has a good look at it, and he dekes the defender. Jones cuts it back inside the numbers. Little hip swivel, little Saturday night line dancing there, and a first down to the 31. Grant cleaned up that tackle, but, that should be a crime. In broad daylight, he juked Jones out of his jockey shorts.
That was a hop, juke, and a skip, and I like that. That was really, really nice that time. That's the kind of play, that gets the crowd going, and that's a momentum play, what you saw that time from T.J. McMahon.
12-yard rush for McMahon. 5 carries, 17 yards on the night. Broussard back in the backfield. 14-13. Louisiana leads Rice. Al's driving at the 31. First down. Shotgun McMahon snaps a little bit to his right, play action, and the defense comes charging in. He throws it off his back foot deep and incomplete to the right side. Almost hit one of those young cheerleaders that performed at
defensive helmet off, number 46.
And that will not be grounding because it got past the line of scrimmage there.
Well, if I'm the Rice Owls, I'm looking at a run play probably I would have to go far side and go with the 5 hole, because now Lawson is out because he lost his helmet. So the next guy behind him is McGriff. I'm going to take a shot at that.
11:32, clock stop, third quarter. Rice trailing 14-13. Montgomery the back to the right of McMahon, out of the shotgun. Rosner receiver right, snap. Hand to Montgomery. He hands it back to Mccaffrey near side. He's got a block from McMahon. McCaffrey 20, first down 15, the 10. Luke slicing through that Louisiana defense down to the 8 on the near sideline. And Thibodeau, the tackle on a 23-yard rush. What a play drawn up, and what an execution by the Owls. But Marcus Tuiasosopo, hat tip to you, young man.
That's the wide receiver room. And you saw Cam, with the little flea flicker there, and all of a sudden you got a reverse, wide receiver reverse. Good to see it. Beautiful run.
A lot of
double
speed.
Reverse.
A lot of speed on that transition there.
Yeah, double reverse there.
Montgomery to McCaffrey, two of the fastest guys on the team. First down and goal at the 8. Rice down 1. Shotgun snap. McMahon takes the snap. Falling down Broussard, but he got up, took that handoff, and plowed his way down to the 5. Thibodeau has been a popular target tonight for Louisiana. He makes that stop, and he got 3 yards. Better than nothing. Second and goal to 5.
He needed some momentum, but credit the offensive line for giving him enough time to be able to regather his senses at his feet and get down to the 5-yard line. Could have been possibly in the end zone.
It's under review.
So,
see what they'll review here.
Is the ball dead?
If he was down when he got up to receive that one. We don't have the best camera angles here. But we'll see a replay on that one.
That's going to be the question, if the ball was dead, if he was down.
So it's only a 3-yard difference. It would be a second and goal at the 8 or a second and goal at the 5. Not that 3 yards is not worth looking at, but they will take a gander at it.
Well, to Rice it is. It makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, it would be in the backfield, I guess. It'd be a loss on the play. So it'd be a difference of, 5-6 yards, depending on where they say his knee went down.
And when you're that deep in the red zone, in their red zone, every yard is critical.
Yeah, his knee was down there. This will be coming back. 10:33, third quarter. Louisiana 14 and Rice 13. Owls driving. Owls got the scoring started. The Van Sickle, a field goal. Then Louisiana had a pick 6. Latter minutes of the first quarter. Owls had an 8-yard touchdown hookup. McMahon to Mccaffrey to go up 10-7. Then another Owls interception led to 11-yard touchdown pass on the short field for the Raging Cajun. And then Van Sickle, bookend of the scoring in that first half. He had a 14-13 advantage after his 31-yard field goal to match his jersey number. And they're still looking at this. It seemed pretty evident to us. The longer it goes on, the more hope I have for the Owls. But Scott Harden tossing away that headgear. Here he comes. So turn that music
After reviewing the play, it's been determined that the runner's knee was down with the ball at the 12-yard line. It'll be second down.
So it ends up being a difference of 7 yards. Would have been a 2nd and 5 after that 3-yard run, but it's a loss. So 2nd and goal at the 12-yard line for the Rice Owls.
Makes a difference in the play call. You know, whether you decide you want to take a shot at, with a pass, or whether you're going to just run the ball. And they're lining up with trips left.
14-13, Louisiana. They say we can get going here. 22 to snap it. Connor's there in the backfield for the Rice Owls. McMahon putting his hands out in front of him, takes the snap, coming back from Baker, standing tall, the 6-foot Californian, heaves it in the end zone, wide open back of the end zone. Bradley Rosner, yes, sir. Thank you very much. Big, bad Brad from 12. And he gives the Owls the lead. They beat both the safeties. He split those safeties in two and got his touchdown.
Yeah, somebody forgot their responsibility. One of the safeties forgot their responsibility. Let him get wide open. That's the easiest touchdown catch Bradley Rosner will make in his college career. Went right over the middle. Middle of the field was wide open. We talked about that earlier. Middle of the field, you want to pick on it when you're in the red zone, and that's what they did that time. He found a beautiful pass.
We knew the options were there against USC and McNeese, but the Owls' depth at the receiving corps with that combination of McCaffrey, Esdale's big catch, and Rosner tonight. McMahon doing a good job finding a bunch of different guys tonight.
And it's about 8 or 9 other guys we didn't even call. So they've got a lot of guys they can go to in that wide receiver room.
Owls will be going for 2 here, up 5. This is by the book. Trips to the right side. Here's the snap, going for 2, heaving it towards the end zone. It's tipped up back of the end zone, and Grun cannot snag that on the deflection as Pedesclo there.
Media timeout.
The Vanderbilt Mavericks star there to break that one up. So it stays at 19-14. The difference being is if you kick the extra point there, you're only up by 6. There, and then they would still have a chance. Now, the other side of it is Louisiana would go up if they had a touchdown. But confidence in the defense, I think that's why he went for it there in that case.
If you don't, again, you have to limit your mistakes on offense. Now, what you don't want to do, you want to be aggressive defensively. Just don't generate any penalty flags, and you're right where you need to be.
Stay tuned. Back in a bit, 10-20 third quarter. Rice 19, Louisiana 14. It's Rice football from near field.
Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment. 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, the official beer partner of Rice Athletics, and now available for purchase everywhere in Texas. The Yingling Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Please enjoy responsibly.
The newly renovated Houston Marriott Medical Center Museum District is a proud new sponsor of Rice University Athletics. For visiting families and fans, the closest hotel to Rice University is delighted to offer preferred rates. Guests will enjoy 2 new restaurants, an indoor pool, a new exclusive M Club lounge, and complimentary shuttle service within 2 miles of the hotel. Visit Marriott.com to learn more.
$10:20 remaining in the third quarter. Rice has retaken the lead, 19-14. They went for the 2-point try, didn't get it, but that drive was 10 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes and 40 seconds, and it resulted in a 12-yard pass from T.J. McMahon to big, bad Bradley Rosner. 272 yards of offense for Rice, 66 for Louisiana, and time of possession, Rice is winning it. 23 minutes and 10 seconds for Louisiana, 10 minutes and 43 seconds. Game shouldn't even be close right now. It should be 19-0, I think, JP.
Jason Metco down on the Rice Sound sideline.
Guys, it's a party down here. I don't know if it's the early 2000s stuff of Nelly and all of them, but the bottles that are normally used for hydration are being sprayed among the Rice players basically at the 50-yard line. A lot more relaxed feeling down here. It's almost like an air out of the balloon was popped after what probably was a decent play there that really opened the playbook when you think about it, going from the 12 instead of roughly the 8 on that last play.
We dig it. We dig it, Metco. You can sense that even up here. Rice 19 and Louisiana 14. Nelly, a heavy player here. We haven't heard all of his fine work here tonight. Little Luda as well. Kick coming up deep for the big-legged Hawaiian. It goes over Smith's head there, middle of the end zone. And the clad in white Raging Cajuns of Louisiana bring it out. Rice 5-5 right now. Long way to go in this one, sir.
Pretty amazing, though. I want to go back to something that we talked about earlier in the game as well as last night. You know, the celebration of the 6 first black athletes to actually compete here at Rice. 4 of them football players, 1 track and 1 basketball. Those were the ladies after Title IX was passed in 1972. You used a phrase. You said, we dig it. And back in 1972, dig it, we dig it.
Groovy, baby.
A big-time phrase.
You got the quarterback Fields in there. Shotgun snap spinning to the right. And Inachuku in his face as it's dumped off to the right side, but lots of blue and gray clad Owls around the receiver Smith, running back out the backfield. Taylor and Conti mixing it up. It did go for 4 yards. When Fields spun there, I think there were a lot more blue clad shirts in his face than he thought there'd be. 2nd and 6 to 29. Rice up by 5 now. Under the 10-minute mark, third quarter, right to left, Raging Cajuns, back to pass Fields, arcs one down the right sideline, and Nyqual there in coverage to knock it away from Jefferson. No flag. Incomplete inside Owls territory. 19-14, Rice leads Louisiana here.
Louisiana going tempo, though. They're trying to catch the Rice Owls out of coverage, and right now, Rice Owls doing a nice job. They got 1 man deep, 1 really deep in coverage, making sure nothing goes deep, nothing gets by them in the air deep. So that's a good thing to see. Rice Owls defensive backs doing a nice job there in the man coverage.
They're down in 6 to 29. They are just 2 of 7 on third downs. Fields the shotgun. No backs back there with him. He stands tall, looks deep down the right side. High, and tipped incomplete by Dunbar. He says, no, sir, John Stevens, a TCU transfer, has it knocked away from him. And kudos to this Rice defense tonight. They hold again on that third down, money down. They have been in lockstep tonight.
They really have been in lockstep tonight. Right now, though, the quarterbacks for Louisiana, man, 7 of 14 for 38 yards for Fields, and for Woolridge, he is 0 for 1. So kind of tells you what's happening in their passing game.
Fresh and Thompson back deep. They're on 25 for Rice. Big-legged Aussie Burns kicks it high, and Thompson will go back to block for Fresh. Catches at 25, sheds a tackler, moving his way up to the 30, and he is dragged down at the 31, maybe the 32-yard line.
Get into it again. There we go again.
Little extracurricular activity in that Louisiana sideline this time. And a flag is in there.
Yeah, Fresh got tangled up on the other sideline, far side. And when that happened, the Louisiana players, I guess they took their opportunities.
Yeah, Fresh is not one to back down. He's not going to say, well, yes, sir, thank you, may I have another?
That's why he's starting.
The Owls,
cornerback.
The Owls have been mixing it up tonight. We have a timeout on the field. Rice 19 and Louisiana 14. 9:29 of this third quarter. We'll be back in a scotch. It's Rice football from Learfield.
Same-day primary care appointments, online scheduling to see our world-class specialists, access to all your records through MyChart, and video visits 24/7 if you need urgent care. Bringing you Houston Methodist's expertise wherever, whenever you need it.
Visit HoustonMethodist.org to find the care you need at locations throughout Houston. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
What's up, fans? This is Roddy Jones, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country weekly during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way to the national championship game in January, from the East Coast to the West Coast. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to get your podcast. And while you're at it, be sure to give us a follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
The thing I've noticed the most about this season is the amount of experience we have. There's guys at every position who know what to do. And it's been the previous years, it seems like we've kind of struggled or it hasn't been as sharp, or people are still a little hesitant on what their assignment and where they need to align. And it seems like the experience that everybody has, and then also the camaraderie that everybody feels for each other.
That's Bradley Rosner on the Mike Bloomgren Show with me Monday about the offensive keys the rest of the season. And perfect timing for that quote, because the Owls have really honed in on the offense the second half. They have that touchdown, but they did not make the two-point conversion. And Rosner made that touchdown grab. He's got 3 grabs, 41 yards tonight. The Owls about to have the ball back. Owls dominating on the stat category. 272 total yards. They've held Louisiana to just 70 yards. We had a little Saturday night skirmish. Hey, James, buy me a Coke Zero there.
Yes.
And we had one of these special teamers for Louisiana that has got the thumb. Jamarian Peterson has been told, you gone, so he's gone.
Well, he swung. He took a punch at Sean Fresh, and or took a swing at Sean Fresh, I might add. And when that happened, he must have connected. And as a result, he got a flag, and he's no longer there.
Let's take a few more look at these scores as the TV break is running a little bit long. No complaints. Old friend David Saltzman and Chris Mikoski on that ESPN Plus call. New Mexico leading UTEP at the half 20-3. But with respect, you don't care about that game. What you do care is that UTSA is leading in Austin. Yes, the state school system tussle there. UTSA going up by 35, and UTSA making some Longhorns fans and boosters a little bit nervous. 17-14 in favor of the Road Runners. What a schedule to start the year for the Road Runners.
It's tied at the half, 17 all.
Okay, I have 17-14.
Yeah. Yes, it's tied at the half, 17 all.
Dang, score service. So one way or another, it's a really close game. Charlotte leading Georgia State fourth quarter, 35-27. 49ers still winless on the year. And back to the field of play. Now West coming in there as the back for the Owls. Starting at the 46 for the blue and gray. 1st and 10, leading by 5. McMahon shows it to West, and Uriah takes it off the hip and will skitter his way to the left, but Skipper trips him down from famed Sophie B. Wright High School there in the Big Easy. No gain, 2nd down and 10 to 46.
Uriah West is 6 feet tall, 232 pounds. I watch him run in practice, JP. And I got to tell you, he looks a lot like Ari Broussard. He's a bigger version of Ari Broussard with moves.
Yeah, neither one a shrimp, right?
No.
2nd and 10 to 46. Under the 9-minute mark. One back there is Broussard. Esdale in motion. Rosner to the left hash, taking the snap. Play action, rolling to his right now is McMahon on the trot, throws to the right side, complete. And Louisiana territory down at the 46 is Rosner. Does a push-up coming back after the tackle from Lewis there. Gain of 7 there. Now 2nd down and 3 coming up. Good pressure there by Lawson. 3rd down and 3. Reports coming in. They need 3 on 3rd down.
You notice they're rolling him out now. They're rolling out TJ a whole lot now so he can see the field better, because the problem was he really wasn't seeing that underneath coverage when we talked about the first half. Now when you roll him out, he can see it. So if a guy's underneath, if a defender's underneath, you don't throw the ball that way.
Owls 5 out of 8 on 3rd downs. They need 3 here from the 47. Snap and a give. Right guard. Broussard just squirms his way past the 44 to the 43. Thibodeau and Anderson collaborating on that stop. Owls have been fantastic on those 3rd downs tonight. And when they're now 6 of 9, but then when they've needed 2, they've gotten 3. When they've needed 7, they've gotten 8. They've been on money.
Yeah, that's the power run game now. So what you've seen a good combination of the power run game and the pass. And anytime the Rice Owls are on, they get the momentum going. They are really, really hard to stop. And had they played this way against USC, I'm going to say it all year. I'm sorry.
Louisiana trailing at Rice Owls 19-14. 1st down. Owls inside Louisiana territory. The 44, hand right side of Montgomery. Big fella will spring his way inside the 40 to the 39. He got 5 yards on 1st down. Andre Jones, that is a big fella against little fella there. Zion Hill Green helping out on that tackle. A little bit more on him. How about this, Nate? This is so cool. He had shoulder problems. COVID senior come along. His stepdad raised him since he was a year old. On Father's Day, he gave him papers showing that he changed his name, adding his name in And then he gave him a jersey after that.
That's so cool.
That'll make you smile there. Hill Green, a good one for the Raging Cajun. Rice 19, Louisiana 14. Second at 5 to 39. Back to pass McMahon. Nothing to the right. Runs up the middle, and he is drugged down up the middle by Brandon Bishop. Alabama transfer. Goes to the 37. Got a couple on that play. A manageable 3rd and 5 coming up. Owls 6 of 9 on those money downs tonight.
Yeah, Cam coming out of the game. Bob and I were laughing a moment ago at Cam because he looks funny when he's running. That's because he's so quick. You can hardly see him, and so that's the problem that he presents for another team. Now the Rice Owls are in a short 3rd down conversion opportunity here. Let's see what happens.
6 to snap it. Rosner out to the left with McCaffrey. Handoff short side right. It's Broussard not going much of anywhere. That whole left side of the defense converges on him. Moncrief and Hill Green helping out on that tackle. But it'll be 4th down for the Owls. They have not attempted a 4th down tonight. Other than that gray area, it looks like Mike Bloomgren, Marcus Tuiasosopo going to draw up a play here. They'll go for it.
Yeah, Louisiana bringing in their 4th down defense right now. I think they got something here that they can run. You don't want to give up the ball because you have really good field position, so it could really work either way for you.
It's a big one. Dandy of a game here. 4th down and 3 for Rice at the 37-yard line. Louisiana folks getting into it here, and a timeout is called by those Raging Cajuns. In 1914,
take their first timeout.
Rice leads Louisiana 5:27 of this 3rd quarter. Looks like we will keep it here. Yes, indeed. What do you got drawing up there, O.C. Griffin, on 4th and 3?
First of all, call that a sucker punch, okay, because they had to use a timeout.
Mm-hmm.
You thought they had a 4 and 3 defense in there, but maybe they didn't and thought about it and said, we better use up one of our 3 timeouts. And so now you're down to 2. So Rice has won. On that play call, they won, okay? Now they got to win with the execution. How do we get the conversion on 4th and 3? Even if they decide to punt it, okay, which I don't think they will, but even if they decide to punt it, they still won because they made Louisiana use a timeout.
All punters on the sideline right now, both ways. The Owls willing to go for it here. Leading 19-14. Only scoring of this second half has been a Rosner hookup on a reception. TD from McMahon. Now TJ adjusting that mouth gear. 4th down, they say officially 3. A long 3 yards to 37. Rosner near side at the numbers. Back is Broussard. Shotgun snap. McMahon with the defense in his face. Throws up the middle. The ball's tipped and incomplete at the 30. It got ricocheted up in the area for Bradley near the foul there, but it'll be going back the other way. Weiser, is the guy that deflected it. And we got a timeout on the field. Nate.
I thought Rosner was in position.
Is he looking for Rosner?
Well, I would have gone boundary had it been me. I would have thrown some type of an out, a safe pass, not one towards the middle of the field on a critical 4th down. I would have used Rosner and his height on the boundary. And I would, look, but I'm sitting up here with you, so that's just what I would have done.
And all parties are happy about that, right?
Absolutely.
Rice 19 and
because
Louisiana
that ball was tipped.
Rice 19, Louisiana 14, 5:23, 3rd quarter. Back after this, it's Rice football from Learfield.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands Canned Cocktails are made with 6 times distilled craft vodka at a sturdy 10% ABV to ensure you never have to sacrifice the quality of your provisions. Now available in 6 natural flavors, including raspberry lemonade, ruby red grapefruit, cherry limeade, cranberry and vodka soda, and vodka tonic classic. Follow the adventure on Instagram at @DrinkAllHands and try these bar-strength cocktails for yourself at the next game. All Hands, damn fine cocktails. Proud sponsor of Rice Athletics.
Build it, price it, own it. Go online and see Shop As in John Deere's new way to get a John Deere tractor just the way you want it. Google Shop As John Deere and let your John Deere tractor story begin. Build the tractor you want with the attachments you need to get your work done. Price it, no hidden costs, and financing options available for any budget. Own it, and Shop As will deliver your John Deere tractor. Build it, price it, own it. It's Shop As' new way to get the John Deere tractor you want your way. Shop As, all things John Deere.
5:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Rice with a 5-point lead on Louisiana, 19-14. Rice Owls football is brought to you by Carbach Brewing Company. And I tell you what, they have a lot of great products over there. I think, don't they have a Carbach burger now?
You and the burgers, I don't think so. I like their ranch water. The Heat fridge is usually stocked with some Carbach ranch water.
Nice.
I get some of that after, hopefully,
I thought I heard something about a
victory.
Carbach burger. Maybe it's because I'm really hungry right now. I want a burger.
A little behind the scenes. Are we up on our In the Booth stream? You know, we're not right now, but I'm looking at the screen. I
want a hamburger.
I bought him some granola
Somebody
bars.
give me a hamburger.
I bought this guy some granola bars. I texted him during the day, hey, what kind of granola bars?
Somebody give me a hamburger.
I got him the wrong flavor, Mr. TV star. Can't get the right. Anyway, I got lots of grub back here.
I wanted some plain old granola bars, man. You gonna get all the fancy stuff?
Peanut butter. I did a Frankie Hicks
just wanted plain.
And airmailed that one out the window. That was a shout out.
You did airmail it out the window.
You had me hot under the collar there, I say kiddingly. First and 10, 37, Louisiana in the pistol. They have the backup guy, Woolridge. He was on point last week against Eastern Michigan's Eagles, 12-13. Handoff right to Capote, and he is submarine down. Josh Piercy, the model, is the first one on the hit. Loss of a yard on the play. Credit him for a 2-yard loss. Check that, second down, and it does into 35.
Yeah, Josh Piercy in the right place at the right time made the play. If you get in his grip, sorry, you're going down. You talk about the model. He is that.
Robert on Facebook saying LOL. We gave him a good snicker there. We call Piercy the model because he modeled those Owls uniforms that went viral last week. Second and 12-35, back to pass. Woolridge, the number 2 quarterback, sliding to his right, throwing right side, and knocked down by Taylor at the 47. Almost intercepted as they tried to find Bernard. That would have been a first down, or close to it at least. Third down, though, and 12. Louisiana tonight, 2 of 8 on its third downs.
You talk about Gabe Taylor. I really like his attitude, and he's a team guy first, and you can tell it by the way he talks about his team. I had to edit out all the things he said about his team, all the good things he said about his teammates. We just didn't have enough time.
Louisiana with the rock, third down and 12 from the 35. Woolridge, 6'4", transfer from Fresno State, back to pass, standing tall, big fella, hums it right, throws it high, and it's caught. What a catch, falling down to the Owls 49. Jordan Dunbar and George Nyakwal in coverage there. The big fella, Michael Jefferson, 16 yards. You can't defend it much better, and Woolridge put that high enough for Jefferson to go up and get it. Now they go tempo. First and 10 at the Owls 49. Rice leading by 5 here. 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Rolling to his right, Woolridge from the numbers. He airmails it right, incomplete around the 42, and a late flag coming in. I think this will go against the Owls. Piercy.
Is that going to be a late hit?
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 12, defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous first down.
I would like to see a replay of that because
I would too.
I disagree.
I would too. I like to see it. Did the quarterback go down? Because I was looking downfield.
I don't think he did. Give him a little love tap. Yeah. Jason saying in our ear that he did not go down. 4:20, third stanza. Rice 19, Louisiana 14. First down to 34. Got the pistol. Capote there. A&M transfer in the backfield with Woolridge the quarterback. Say he plays a couple series each half, and that's what he's done here. Snap, fake the jet sweep, handed Capote, picks his way to the left side, and surges his way downhill inside the 30. Their best push of the night. And the Owls come out with the football. Myron Morrison says, hey, I got it, but to no avail.
Rolling on the field.
Quint Titt, the first Owl to hit him there after an 8-yard gain. Great run there. Capote is best of the night.
They're going tempo again, JP, here. So they're trying to catch the defense, not running the right defense. Let's just put it that way.
Mike Blomgren coming dashing up almost to the numbers. He is yelling at the head linesman here to the near way.
Rice, we'll take their
first time out for Rice. 3:49 to go. Third quarter.
He's angry because he should not have had to use a timeout because of the lineman taking forever. That's what the deal is. What do you have down there, Jason?
Well, I think it was that, Nate, but it was also the fact that Bloom was signaling our football, and I think he really wanted that to at least be checked. And it just flat out.
Rice Carroll all season long.
Thank you very much, Jason. 3:49 third quarter. We will take this timeout. Rice 19 and Louisiana 14. It's Rice football from Nearfield.
The newly renovated Houston Marriott Medical Center Museum District is a proud new sponsor of Rice University Athletics. For visiting families and fans, the closest hotel to Rice University is delighted to offer preferred rates. Guests will enjoy 2 new restaurants, an indoor pool, a new exclusive M Club lounge, and complimentary shuttle service within 2 miles of the hotel. Visit Marriott.com to learn more.
What do you do when you need safe, reliable corporate transportation? You go Win. Win Transportation is one of the largest group transportation providers in Texas, a leader in charters, shuttles, and special events of all sizes. 5 people or 5,000. Win offers customizable team transportation with a wide range of motor coaches, minibuses, and vans. So, for safe, reliable corporate transportation, do like the Owls and go Win. Book at GoWin.com. GOWYNNE.com.
2nd and 2, roll out to the right from the 26, and Fields passes right at the knees. Incomplete. Check that. Woolridge, the quarterback, incomplete. And Smith had a lot of time going downfield. The whole side of the red-clad Louisiana stands to the far away. Was disappointed in that one. 3rd and 2.
They knew that if that pass was caught, it was probably going to be 6.
They stacked the receivers right side, the front guy Jefferson, and they put the young man Lejeune in motion. Here's the snap. Hand to Smith. Bounces right, cuts his way back left, and he is stopped short. He had to get to the 24, and Kirk Lockhart helping with Conti there to stop Smith short. And I think they're going for it. 4th down, a short 2 coming up for Louisiana. Big play coming up.
Yes, 4th and 1, according to what I'm seeing here. And this is a huge play. Now, whether or not they decide to go for it, they can do it with their jumbo set. They got some pretty big backs in there.
Yeah, tonight, Louisiana 0 for 1. They moved that ball up just a tad on that spot. 4th down and 1 to 25. Near the 3-minute mark. Rice up by 5. And a stoppage is called by Michael Desmarais.
Took their second out of the half.
One more coming up. One more timeout left. The last 18 minutes of regulation. Yeah, these are no slouches coming in. Michael Desmarais, former record-setting quarterback for Louisiana from 05 to 08. A National Football Foundation and College Football Hall of Famer. That's how good he was. 05 to 08 for Louisiana. He played 3-time All-Conference, almost 4,000 passing yards, and almost 3,000 rushing yards. He was a great one of the nation's longest winning streak. Louisiana's Raging Cajuns coming in at 15 games going back to last year. They've won 30 of their last 33 ball games. These, no cream puffs coming in here.
No. They take pride in playing football there in Louisiana Lafayette. And certainly it's a special brand of football that they play. But Louisiana has great athletes. And so that's why you see what you see on the field right now. 94 from Louisiana.
They'll be going for it. 4th and 1 at the Owls 25. Woolridge still in there as the quarterback. Got Smith behind him. Takes the snap. Hands to Smith. Around the right side. Gets bumped. Turns around the end. 25. Flag comes in. The 20. This will be a hold. It should be coming back. And inside to the 10-yard line for Louisiana. Taylor came in there. And
holding. Number 80, offense. 10-yard penalty. Down.
Lumpkin holds Taylor there. Massive play. A lot of ill-timed penalties tonight for the guys in red and white.
Works for the Rice, though. Rice Owls, though. That's all that counts. And so, it's 4th down. And
it'd be 11 here.
That would be a huge – I mean, if they decide to go with a field goal versus just coffin corner kicking the ball, punting.
Yeah, they're going to punt it. You know, they've got Stafford, the kicker, out there. They've got the holder, Cambry, counting down the special teams guy.
Oh, wait a second.
This would be a career-long 52-yard field goal near the right hash. And Rice leading 19-14. Stafford along a 36 this season. The snap of the holder, good. They kick the end zone to our left. Plenty of distance. And it is no good. It veers to the left. Owls hold again. We've said that so many times tonight. Rice 19, Louisiana 14.
You cannot ask the defense to do any more than what they've done. Special teams has been special as well. And they are just doing a tremendous job right now. Now it's up to the offense to actually put this game out of reach or put it within a situation where Louisiana has to really, really struggle to try and regain the lead.
Yeah, score would make it a 2-score game. And how about Rice? Brian Smith's company, 93 total yards tonight for the Ragin' Cajuns. Only 39 yards rushing. The Owls brought that lunch pail and then some here tonight. Cam Montgomery, the back, dancing out there. 19-14 Rice. 2:32 the third quarter. This will be a big one for the Owls. Receiver Esdale, slot right side. Snap McMahon, play fake Montgomery. Looking middle, standing tall, being chased from behind. He is sacked at the 34. Big Lafayette bear hug from Skipper, the safety. Redshirt freshman from New Orleans, Sophie B. Wright High School. Drop him for a loss of 5. Even TJ could not run on that one. Second down and 15.
Well, that's a tough assignment for Cam. That's his guy to block coming off that edge, far side, and Skipper is 5'10", 190. You're asking a 5'5", 155-pound guy to take on that assignment. That's a huge assignment.
Yeah, the physics just don't add up there.
Yeah, that's a huge assignment.
4th sack of the night for Louisiana. Cam Montgomery going wide right. Second and 15 to 30. McMahon, empty set. 4 receivers. Actually, Brownlee, the tight end, releases. Here's McMahon, sidearm over the middle to Brownlee. He catches that one right over the middle in front of the backup linebacker, Cortland Flowers, former South Oak Cliff Golden Bear up in the Metroplex. And short of the chains. 3rd and 3 coming up. After that one went for a dozen.
Yeah, that was a good throw, though, because all of the action that moved the defense out of the way to give TJ a clear lane to throw the pass, and he kept it low just for Bradley. That was an excellent play.
3rd down, officially 3, but really a long 4. Esdale out wide to the right. Owls a great 6 of 10 on 3rd down tonight. Take a fake handoff right side. McMahon dancing away from some pressure. Back up the middle. Picks up the first down. A little hip shake. The 45 and a flag comes in. Jones corrals him down at the 49 for a 7-yard gain, but I'm afraid this is in the area of a hold.
Holding. Offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty. Repeat. 3rd down.
Yeah, usually if the ref, the white hat, is throwing the flag, that's not a good thing for the offense. Last minute, 3rd quarter, Rice 19, Louisiana 14. Only scoring of this second half, a 12-yard hookup from McMahon to Rosner.
Will take Rice back
so 3rd down and 13 now for Rice.
That was a big third down penalty right there. Now, what do? You're near side with the hash, so you've got to throw something this way if you're TJ. Can you go motion?
McMahon and Mccaffrey in contact there. Trips left, low snap. Now that shotgun, McMahon to the left. Good time by the Owls. His pass was back over the middle. Caught by Esdale, the 44. First down. Picks up a block, the 40. Near sideline, now the 30. Esdale bumped out at the 29-yard line by Podesco. What a game by him tonight. That's 39 yards. His short Rice Owls career high. 29-yard line for the Owls.
This is the version of TJ we really want to see. I mean, right now he's creating magic out there. Out of nothing. There was nothing open.
It's the one we saw in the first scrimmage.
Absolutely.
And plays in preseason.
And Esdale stayed true to the route, and that gave TJ an opportunity to move around in the pocket, which he does really, really well, and found his receiver right down the field.
We'll go to the other end. Rice 19, Louisiana 14, starting the 4th quarter coming up next. This is Rice football from Learfield.
We interrupt your top 40 hits to issue this alert from the Karbach Brewing Company. In our efforts to brew our distinct and popular Hopadillo IPA, we have unwittingly created a monster with an insatiable thirst, a monster that will not stop until it gets what it wants, an ice-cold Hopadillo IPA, just like the one I'm holding in my hand. Bold, flavorful, dry-hopped, irresistible. Go, sweet Mary! Hopadillo. Find it before it finds you. Bravely brewed in Texas by the Karbach Brewing Company.
Rice fans, need a place to stay while watching your Owls play ball? Located just steps from campus is the Hilton Houston Medical Center. Visit us today at houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount. Again, that's houstonplaza.hilton.com or call 713-313-4000 to get that special Rice discount now.
With He's Nate Griffin. I'm JP Heath. Jason Metco on the sideline. Walter Engineering. Bob keeping us honest with the stats. And young Rohan on the spot. Appreciate Ashley back at 540 North Trade in Winston-Salem. Rice 19 and Louisiana 14. What's at stake? Well, the Owls trying to get a 3-game home winning streak, but trying to end the nation's longest winning streak by the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns. They are 36-5 since the start of the 2019 season. And looking at the stat board from Mr. Schlanger, Owls in that third quarter, 129 total yards, and the guys from Lafayette only had 19. Owls 336 on the game, and 93 total yards by Louisiana. Average yards per play, Rice 5.6, Louisiana 2.9. What a third quarter by young TJ. 20 of 31 passing on the game, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns. Did have the 3 picks, one of those that went the other way, but Owls have 84 yards in receiving from 12 targets from Mccaffrey, 8 catches, 4 grabs for Rosner, including a touchdown for 48 yards. And but the Owls defense, the offensive stats are great in the Houston Methodist leaderboard, but this story, only 3 quarters complete, Rice leading 19-14, has been about the Owls defense.
This has been a total defensive effort by the entire Rice Owls defense. And Brian Smith deserves kudos for the game he's calling for his defense. Watch him work every day with that defense, and those guys are disciplined. That is what we're seeing right now. He's got the right mix of front 4. When you have Kenna on one side, you've got Josh Piercy on the other side of the model, and you've got Isaiah and Carroll and Bonish. The way he's been playing, it's just incredible. The depth that you have as well. Then you got your linebackers, Morrison, Conti, and Chamberlain playing that Viper. Those guys are playing tremendous football. Secondary doing a nice job. And really, the first half, the secondary worked really, really hard. Second half, they haven't had to work that hard because the front 7 has been really, really applying the pressure to the quarterbacks of Louisiana.
You're not wrong in any of that. Looking at a score or two, UTSA and Texas still tied 17-17 starting the third quarter. Number 5 Clemson leading La Tech 20-6 there down in the other valley. UCF, FAU. UCF's pulled away in the third quarter, leading FAU 30-14. But here in Houston, the Rice Owls lead the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns 19-14. Louisiana out of the Sun Belt Conference. These two teams have not played since 1989. McMahon starting this fourth quarter out of the shotgun. First down, the 29-yard line for the Scholars. McMahon the snap, drops it, picks it up, but we have a hanky that will stop play and halt things here.
False. Number 10, offense, 5-yard penalty.
Turns it to a 1st and 15 for the Owls, and that is penalty number 8 of the night for Rice. Generally one of the top teams in not committing penalties in college football.
Luke won't do that again. Wide receivers generally do not cause penalties like that. So just have to be a little more calm. He won't do that again.
Rosner out of the huddle to the right. Esdale near way the wide side. First play of the fourth quarter coming up. Rice 5-5, snap, give to Connors. Didn't like it to the right, lowers his head and shoulders, looking at to go as a battering ram, but Zion Hill-Green saying, no, sir, not here. The preseason first-team All-Sunbelt guy holds him to no gain on the play. Now, second down and 15. Might give him a yard on the play. Yeah, they did give him a yard. 2nd and 14.
I see some type of a corner route. Could be short corner.
Okay. O.C. Griffin chiming in. Got Esdale near way and Kobe Campbell in there. 5 wide set. Shotgun again, as you'll see most of the time from McMahon. Shotgun snap rolls behind him. Flag comes in. That could save TJ big time, but instead of a loss of about 15, it's going to be a loss of 5. That was going backwards on this drive.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Hey, Jason, Metco down on the sideline. These last two plays notwithstanding, the emotion, you spoke to some of that in the earlier part of the half. What's it look like down on the sideline now for the blue and gray?
Well, after those 2 false start penalties, it's a lot more business-like. more serious looks here. And thankfully, those were false starts, and they really could have been turnovers if you think about it. So thank goodness for the whistle.
So 2nd and 19, see what they draw up here now at the 38-yard line. Exactly a minute into the fourth quarter. Rice leading Louisiana 19-14. Gun snap. McMahon looking at the blitz, throwing in the middle. Caught. Sitting in the middle of that zone again is McCaffrey, sliding his way well past the original line of scrimmage inside the 25 to the 23. Kendrick Grant brings him down. That answers our question, Nate. That's what they had drawn up. McCaffrey's been a zone buster tonight. Goes for 15.
Yeah, those are timing plays, and I think you need that for a guy like TJ. He and Luke McCaffrey work real well together, and they find those little spots in the middle of that defense, of the field, which work out just perfectly.
9 for 99 for McCaffrey on the night. Both career highs, catches and yards. 3rd and 4 at the 23. Snap. Give to Broussard. Big hole up the middle. First down. Rumbling and a bumbling. And stumbles down to the 15-yard line. A first down for the Rice Hounds. Treha on that stop after see if they give him 7 or 8 yards there. But that's vintage Ari Broussard there.
Yeah, it's big because Louisiana's depending on their front 7 to do something there. But the way they play that defense, you're going to see a lot of guys in the secondary. So, yeah, the middle of the field is going to be open. That short run's going to be open. And that's what you saw from Ari Broussard that time because they're playing a 3 deep.
Not bad after 2nd and 18.
Not at all.
A few plays before that. 1st and 10 inside the red zone of Louisiana. Under the center, McMahon turns, hands right to Broussard, picking his way underneath. He will dip and bend and twist around the 11-yard line. Give him 4. Zion Hill-Green.
He's ahead of the 11.
Brings him down, and another late flag coming in. Let's see if this is against Rice or got Rosner down on the field now.
Oh, boy.
Jason Metco I think we both saw the same thing at the same time. Metco looked like Rosner was jumping up celebrating.
Yes, he was jumping up, I believe, to celebrate the penalty, and he made contact with Braden Nutter.
After the play,
now he's having his left leg looked at. Might have cramped it up, making the jump.
His first of the game.
Yeah, let's hope it is just a cramp there. As Thibodeau got...
Could be because he's trying to absorb some liquid right now. I hope it's 2 guys with cramps because you have 2 guys down.
Game clock. Please reset
I didn't see the other one. Good eyes there.
Rosner's
27
1.
seconds.
Well, there are about, 5 feet apart.
Metco, Shea Baker, the center.
So
Thank you, Rohan.
That's Shea Baker that's down there right now. Shea Baker and Rosner. And I can see Shea having cramps.
So Shea gets up first. Yeah, thankfully looks like it is just a cramp.
I hope it's just
it
looks like a foot cramp.
You can speak more to the conditions down there. What's it like, Jason, down there on the field? Still pretty humid?
Yeah, it's still pretty humid. I mean, it's not ridiculously warm like it has been in seasons past this time of year, but, Baker's been out here for basically every snap, I believe, and they're just taking their times and, I guess goes to show that don't want to do too much celebrating too early here.
So Baker, a little more gingerly coming off. Rosner break into a fast trot. And now the Owls will have to find their third center. Could be Braden Nutter. He can play center. Remember the Owls, and they have also got Weston Crop listed on the depth chart. But talking to line coach Sanders Davis before the season started, Nutter could play center, and Isaac Clarkowski is out. See, they have snapping it back. It is going to be Weston Crop, it looks like.
This is when depth pays off, JP. And
check that, Nutter. I'm sorry. It is going to be
Nutter?
It is Nutter
at center.
Yeah, that was 78 Onyeonwa coming out of the huddle, not 79 Crop at center. But shotgun, McMahon, 1st and goal at the 6. Rice by 7, delay. Up the middle after that handoff, Broussard. He gets chunked back. Moncrief leading the swarm there for the Raging Cajun. No gain. 2nd down and goal at the 6.
Got an update on
Rice. That a wake me up snap. That snap was high. And, of course, Braden Nutter playing center, not having played center all game. His aim is probably going to be a little high. So, it's good. McMahon had the hands to be able to grab it and bring it out. He had to jump to actually catch the ball.
Yeah, memory serves. I believe that's his first snap at center for Rice. He'd played in course, camp and some scrimmages, but not in a live game. 19-14, back to pass McMahon, looking middle of the end zone, going back, caught for a touchdown. Touchdown, Rice Owls. There goes that man again. Luke McCaffrey, the touchdown. He beat Lewis for a 6-yard score. Thank you very much, Rice Owls, 25-14.
You got to love that. And I tell you what, I believe Luke McCaffrey is now over 100 yards receiving, or will be after, 105 yards receiving, 10 catches, and 2 touchdowns. So he's having one heck of a night. Congratulations to him.
Owls looking to make it 16 unanswered. Movement comes from the Louisiana special teams. Boy, Thomas Tholen rocketed that deep snap back to McMahon there, but some movement came from the guys in red and white. Jason Metco, a quick update down on the sideline. Young Jason.
Rosner's good to go.
He
Took look
in the neutral
some
zone, causing offensive
ibuprofen,
reaction.
stretched out his
Half
left
the
leg. He's
distance
actually
to the goal.
coming back on the field as we speak. Meanwhile, Shea Baker, they are using one of those, trying to think of the right word for it, massagers, those electric massagers for his left knee just above it, and now he's coming back out of the field as well. So looked like it was a couple of cramps, guys.
A penalty on Louisiana, and the Owls bring the offense out. Baker coming back for the Owls. And John Hughes leaves.
They're going to go for 2
So,
here.
the penalty against Louisiana moves it to the 1, and the Owls will be going for 2 here, 25-14. Owls have not attempted a 2-point conversion since 2020.
But they have
and they're going for 2 right now. They've got Connors in the backfield. Here's McMahon, the snap. Play action, roll out to the right side. McMahon slipping down, stumbling, running up the middle, shoveling it ahead. The back of the end zone, caught by Rosner. A 2-point conversion. Oh, he's a magician. TJ McMahon, how did he find him? Rosner slipped by Anderson in the back of the end zone. That could be your play of the night. It's a 2-point conversion.
It was your second play of the night. Remember, the first one was Esdale, but I tell you what, nice job there of just finding a guy. It's almost, TJ said, here, you take it. And he threw it to him.
It's a chest pass.
You take it, yeah. He had it defender in his face, man, and that's how you get it done. You just create. Like you say, we called him a magician, a few plays ago, and he's actually getting it done now.
A point guard in the lane there. That little chest pass ahead led him perfectly. 4-2. Rice 27 and Louisiana 14. 11:25, fourth quarter. It's Rice football from their field.
DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the medical center, the museum district, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the medical center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Big trip on the horizon? Before you depart, you gotta park. The parking spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the parking spot. The Parking Spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
11:25 remaining in the game. The Rice Owls have taken a 27-14 lead on the strength of a 9-play, 65-yard drive that took 6 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. 6-yard pass, and it was a magic pass from TJ McMahon to one McCaffrey, Luke McCaffrey. And then the 2-point conversion was good by Bradley Rosner. So Rice Owls got 8 points out of that deal. And right now, man, looking at the numbers, JP, they are big. You want to give them?
I don't mind. 370 total yards for the Rice offense. Louisiana 93. What a night.
If you can hold them to less than 100 yards total offense, okay.
Good chance. Way to go.
Think about that.
Best in the business right there.
Hey, man, 11-20. I know.
Keen observation.
Okay, very good. All right.
If you hold them without points, too.
I'll leave it there.
No. Hey, this is retribution for not taking my granola bar. You take my granola bar.
Maybe. Everybody laughed though in the booth. That's all I care about.
Having fun here now.
That means they're laughing on the other side, too. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. That's right.
11:25, fourth quarter. Rice 27 and Louisiana 14. But all giggles aside, don't count out these Ragin' Cajun, nation's longest winning streak. Chris Smith back deep as the Owls' big-legged Hawaiian horn kicks it deep, way deep. A touchback over Smith's head, bring it back out. Rice 27 and Louisiana 14.
It's not the same, though. I still say that. The win streak is not – you don't have Levi Lewis. So because now you have two quarterbacks. And what do they say about two quarterbacks? If you don't have two quarterbacks, you don't have one. So they both do good things good. And, that's right now that seems to be the bugaboo. But to the benefit of the Rice Owls, who have played a great defensive game tonight, that's what they want to see the rest of the night.
And I believe we got a 10, not an 18 back there. Yeah, Ben Woolridge there, redshirt junior, Pleasanton, Florida. Tonight, 1 of 4 for 16 yards. Number 2 quarterback trying to set up a screen. Left side, it is caught, but Trey Schumann flagging down that receiver at the 34. 4 yards as it went out to Stevens. Chuku getting back there. Quick throw on the screen, gain of 4. Second down and 6, Louisiana.
Oh, he had a couple guys in his face. And that's just great defense coming from both sides, both edges.
Second and 6 to 29, 10:58, fourth quarter. Rice 27, Louisiana 14. Back to pass. Woolridge looking left side, caught at the 45, and just stepping out of bounds is Michael Jefferson, Alabama State transfer, native of Mobile, 16 yards up the field. That almost doubles his passing output on the night. Woolridge, Dunbar on coverage for the good guys in blue and gray.
Yeah, Rice has done a pretty good job of keeping the coverage in front of them. They don't want to get anything thrown behind them.
Rice 27, Louisiana 14. Shotgun. Woolridge clapping for the snap. It zips back above his knees. Pressure comes up the middle. He throws it left side. High catch is made by Lejeune. Running left side. And Morrison might give that Neil Johnson. They had 2 number 9s. Neil Johnson, that was the H-back, not Lejeune, who they'd worked in there last week. Went for 20 yards. Johnson, junior from Mesquite. West Mesquite product. First and 10 to 35.
They're working the boundaries.
27 to 14, 5 minutes into this fourth quarter. Shotgun Woolridge. Motion man going in front of the quarterback. Woolridge moves to his right, pointing, trying to improv, throws it off his back leg. Too tall, incomplete near the sideline. The 20-yard line. Going back near Johnson. So second down and 10 at the Rice 35-yard line.
Yeah, Rice House doing a nice job there constricting the 30-yard line and in area and trying to make sure that everyone's covered. They had everyone covered. Every receiver was covered that time. One man running wide, but you got the quarterback rolling out to his right, could not make an exact throw.
Credit Schumann there on that pressure. Second and 10 at the Rice 35. Back to pass Woolridge, looking left all the way, throwing left, wide open the 29. And the H-back running into Smith for the first down, the 22-yard line. And they got Meagle going down that left sideline for 13 yards, pressed out by Dunbar.
Yeah, the checkdowns work really well for them, especially for the younger quarterbacks. The checkdowns have done, the job. But take away the checkdowns and good luck.
First down, the 22. Rice has led this second half most of the way. Shotgun. Back to pass. Looking middle. Woolridge not there. And Achukwu chasing him down, forcing him to a right. And it is thrown incomplete. Conti Schumann also there in the backfield. He looked up. He saw Ikenna saying they didn't have anybody like that in Eastern Michigan.
The ball was thrown beyond the line of scrimmage. There was no foul for intentional grounding.
They had big defenders, Eastern Michigan, but they couldn't cover in the secondary. That was their problem.
Yeah, Woolridge, Fresno State transfer, 12 of 13 last week against the Eagles, 169 yards through 2 touchdowns, fueling that second half comeback. Second and 10 to 22. Woolridge the snap, give to the big guy Smith. 5'9" redshirt junior explodes through after a missed tackle. Inside of the 5, he leaps towards the left front pylon. And will he get him in? I see. Okay, they did signal. No, he's just shy, or did they get him in? No, they did give him the touchdown, 22 yards. That was the quickest touchdown call. But they do get the score. 22-yard run for Smith after some broken tackles up the middle. And it's a one-score game again as Morrison and Schumann not able to make that initial grab.
You have to wrap. And the hit was made, but you did not wrap. You have to wrap. He's a strong runner, is Smith.
The hold Cambry. The kick coming up, and that is good by Stafford, swinging that big right leg through, and the kiddos above the vomitorium chasing down that.
Timeout on the field. Media.
Of course, they have to give it back. We have a timeout on the turf. Not over yet. Rice 27, Louisiana 21. The Raging Cajuns march right back and get that scoring drive. 9:17 of the fourth. Back in a moment. It's Rice football from their field.
Homemade ice cream is here. Howdy is an ice cream shop in Katy, Texas that makes ice cream in-house and has a unique mission to employ individuals that are differently abled. Stop by and enjoy some ice cream. With every scoop you buy, you help support employment for special needs. Coming to Rice Athletics venues in the fall.
Hey fans, this is Wayne Cook, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way to the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you'd love to get your podcasts. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
9:17 remaining in the game. Rice still leads the game, but they've allowed Louisiana to score. It's now 27-21. 7 plays, 75 yards. Took 2 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. Chris Smith with a 22-yard run. The defense played well up to that point. And I will say that they made the hit on Chris Smith, but they didn't wrap. You got to wrap it. You have to wrap.
Yeah, reason he was first team All Sun Belt in the preseason. Third on the team last year, almost 900 yards rushing, average about 6 yards per carry. He can tote it. Rice football brought to you by Yingling. Flight by Yingling, next generation of light beer for those who don't follow trends but craft them. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, official beer partner of Rice Athletics, now available for purchase everywhere in Texas. JP and Nate here up high looking down. Beautiful nighttime setting here. It's cooled off a bit. Had a 30% chance of rain. This one started about 3 hours before the game. Had some showers popping up around town. Guys were late getting onto the field for warm-ups because of some lightning precautions that affected that Houston-Kansas game. Ottaviano and Thompson back deep for Rice. Owls still lead 27-21. You knew, Nate, or at least I think you would know, Louisiana was not going down without a fight. Team with the nation's longest winning streak coming into this one. And they're all bunched together, 5 guys on each side of the football for Louisiana. Now they spread out a bit. And approaching to kick this one deep will be the young man, Thomas Leo, and well over the head of Oviano. Bounced a few yards behind him, and they'll bring it out to the 25 on a touchback. There's a flag on that kickoff. See if the Owls want him to kick it again. I don't think anybody on the field has noticed it.
Number 31, that 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. Louisiana will re-kick.
There you go. You have a re-kick.
I'd like to see one heck of a return here.
Yeah, we haven't seen that tonight for, I guess we had one return by Ottaviano, 20-some-odd yarder, 22
Too many guys. They're not. I just don't see him kicking to him, but I'd love to see it happen just tonight. And Ottaviano really have a nice return.
On the 40 acres, Nate, 21st ranked Texas leads UTSA 24-17 halfway through the third quarter. Clemson pulling away from La Tech in Death Valley, 33-6. Clemson over La Tech. Charlotte trailing Georgia State. Last half minute, in Atlanta. Georgia State leads Charlotte 41-35. UCF leads FAU fourth quarter 33-14. Earlier today, Indiana beat Western Kentucky in overtime 33-30, and UNLV over North Texas in Vegas 58-27. More coming up later on in our Little Woodrow's post-game show. That's Usher, Nate. Long wait here to re-kick this one. It'll be short coming up. Ottaviano the 10. That's why they wanted to re-kick it. The 20, 25-yard line, and he will slithers away up just by the 30. Extracurricular activity towards that far side. No flag. The Owls will bring it now. 27-21 advantage for Rice. 9:13 to go in this ball game. What a great drive on that last one for Louisiana. They're now up to 168 total yards. That doesn't say much, but they are hovering around that 50 to 60 to 70 yards in that majority of the game.
That's something. Got a shot here, though. You need a score. You need a score.
Owls up by 6 against the team with the nation's longest winning streak. Snap McMahon, a hand right side to Broussard, and he is cut down behind the line of scrimmage. Broussard meets Lawson there. Redshirt freshman from Brandon, Mississippi. Hill Green helping out. No gain, maybe half a yard loss on that play. Second down under the 9-minute mark. Rice 27, Louisiana 21. What a whale of a game this has been.
It really is. And you look at Rice now, far side. They're on the far side hash mark. You got to take advantage of your passing game if you're Rice. And keep in mind, just be careful with the football. No turnovers.
5 wide, empty set. Second and 10 to 30. Back to pass McMahon. Looking middle. Caught up the middle. 40, 45. First down. There goes Kobe Campbell. What a night for him. Inside to the 40. They mark him down to the 38-yard line. Come on down, Kobe Campbell. Beat Garrett there. Senior from Mobile, Alabama, for 32 yards. Kobe, pound for pound. The Owls coaches say the strongest guy on the team used that speed there. Big play.
I call him one muscle. That's what he is. And he is so fast. Hightower High School. He ran on the track team, no question about that. And you look at this guy here, and that's a big play, middle of the field. If he can split those defenders and not get touched by.
Longest career catch for Campbell. Former Hightower Hurricane. Rice up by 6. First and 10. McMahon rolls out to the left. Caught by the tight end. Bradley sliding down for his third catch. Around the 30-yard line. Beat Grant there around that left end. And right at the sticks. Pick them up, folks. Yes, indeed. Right at 10 yards to the 28. A first down for Rice.
No question about it. And you see the passing game being implemented. They're trying to be careful with the football. I tell you what, TJ, he's just letting it go. And that's what you have to do. You have to have a short memory if you're a quarterback. Forget about the 3 first half interceptions you threw. Let's go out here and play some good football.
How about McMahon? Likes these Louisiana teams. 295 yards passing after the 274 last week. He does have the 3 picks, full story. First and 10 at the Louisiana 28. A hand in the backfield, and Broussard gets cut down in the backfield. Good run play by the safety, Pedesclo. No gain, second down and 10 for Rice. 7:18 to go, 7:16 now. And Cam Montgomery shifting in there as the running back.
Well, that tells you what's coming. You got to have speed. And the one thing we know is that speed can really, really change a game around. And all you need here is a big play. It could be Cam or it could be deception.
That star backer, they bring in Bishop. Grant leaves. Another extra linebacker. Second and 10 to 28.
Look at 10.
You got McCaffrey near side on the short side. Snap, play action. McCaffrey, check that. Going right side. McMahon completes it to the 22 to Esdale. Camping down. He is drugged down at the 20 after an 8-yard gain. Guerrer on that stop. And don't look now, but Esdale 4 catches tonight, going near 70 yards.
Yeah, that wide receiver room is deep, and I said look at 10 because I saw the coverage. The safety actually moved up in coverage as though he was going to defend the run, which would have given number 10, our guy, would have given him single coverage.
Broussard back in the game for Rice. Third down, a big one. They need 2 at the 20. Pistol set, right hash. Johnson, the fullback. Now 9 of 12 on third downs. The snap, hand, Broussard, nothing there. And he tried to twist it to the right, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He lost a yard as Pedesclo's been everywhere. And Kibido teams up with him on that tackle. Give it his 11th stop of the night.
You got to play for that, though, JP. And it looks like they may be coming in with a field goal. That's the play.
Nate, this would make it a two-score game. It's Rice 27, Louisiana 21, 39-yard field goal. This would be Van Sickle's third of the night, a career high. 4th and 3 at the 21. McMahon, the starting quarterback, also the movement on the line. The kick is up on the end zone to our left. It is good. Flag on the play. That should be motion unless they were drawn off. That would negate the field goal.
That's going to be a first down.
But I would think that's against Louisiana. Their penalties.
Offside for 7. Defense. 5 yard.
That's first down.
First down.
That's first down.
Yeah, their penalties have not been well timed. Not that any penalty ever has good timing, but Guerra there jumping.
Well, it's not good timing for them.
And a first down.
Great time for
no complaints. Yeah, 5:24 left in this game. And so instead of a 30-21 lead, it's 27-21. But you got the fresh set of downs, and you are in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Now it's 5 for 6 in scoring in their red zone trips here. They have been money.
Now, the objective is to eat as much time off the clock as you can. But if you can get that quick score, you should. Yeah. But look at this coverage near side.
And I request points as well. As Connors the back takes the handoff, gaping hole right side the 10. Oh, he leaped over a defender, Pedesco. He hurdled him like it was track season, and he got 10 yards there to the 6-yard line. He jumped right over Keon Martin. Casey Osai finished him out on that tackle.
That was a great leap that time by Connor, and I believe he did get the first down. That was a great run by Connor, sacrificing body, running far side, and found a nice little hole there. That 4 hole was very good to him.
Under the 5-minute mark, Owls have 2 timeouts, but they don't want to stop it in this case. That clock to our right, that new second game, that new scoreboard can't roll fast enough. Rice up by 6, 27-21. Under center McMahon. Snaps, tosses right side to Connors, and it's plugged up. And a lot of heavy gentlemen are squatting and leaning and twisting on him as he didn't gain anything on that play. 2nd and goal to 6.
Can I make a comparison?
I'll go ahead.
You know who Dean Connors reminds me of, running style?
Jordan Lawson, that stop who?
Sam Mccaffrey.
Okay.
He does.
Maybe not as quick as the Olympian.
Watch him. I mean, he's cat quick. And the thing I like is his build. He's got a great build for a running back. And he's fast. Once he gets it over the field, it's hard to bring him down.
Timeout called by the Ragin' Cajun. Well, no, I don't think so. No, they start that play clock again. Jason Metco down on the field for the Owls. What was that stoppage about, Jason?
That was just, I guess, Rice training staff thought that somebody blue was hurt, and they came out, and they were sent back home just as quickly.
All right. Easy explanation. 2nd goal at the 6. Under the 4-minute mark, Rice leading 27-21. McMahon coming under center. Right hash. Takes the snap. Shows it. Gives it to Broussard. Plugging his way up the middle. Breaks that first wave. Chucking near the goal line. He's stopped at the 2.
Powers his way to the
4-yard gain. 3rd down and goal at the 2. Hard to bring down Ari Broussard, but Casey Osai, younger brother of Joseph Osai, played at Texas, now with the Cincinnati Bengals. Osai made that stop. 3rd goal to 2.
I love the call there, the play call, and Ari doing a lot of that on his own, and he's going to need to do this on his own too, believe me. He'll get some push from the offensive line right here on this 3rd and 2. Should be a lot of push.
27-21.
But is that Ari?
3rd down and goal at the 2. In the backfield, it is Broussard. Philippian, there's the tight end blocking the handoff. Broussard shedding a tackler to the right, and it gets in right side. Touchdown, Rice Owls. Touchdown, Ari Broussard. 2 yards out. The Owls go up 12. What a job by Broussard. He shed both Moncrief and Amos as the fireworks go off from the top of the Patterson Center right now. It's not over, but the Owls go up by 12.
Yeah, Ari did a lot of that on his own. That was a great run that time. And look, the offensive line, all they got to do is just give him a little bit of a crease, and he'll do the rest of it on his own. Congratulations, Ari. Finally got that touchdown tonight, and I think that's his first one.
Yeah, first of the night and his 5th of the season here, just the 3rd game. Rice 33 and Louisiana 21. Owls had not gone for 2 in 2 seasons. Now it's their second of the night. McMahon taking the snap, fading it back left corner, and it is incomplete for Rosner. And it a little bit too tall as Anderson was there in coverage. We have a timeout on the field. 2:59 to go, Rice fans, in this fourth quarter. Are you feeling it? Still a little bit of time to go. Rice 33, Louisiana 21. It's Rice football from Learfield.
Northstar Pressure Washing, the only power washing company you will ever need for all your commercial and residential properties. Serving Houston and the surrounding areas for over 10 years, and now a proud sponsor for Rice University sports programs. Call us today for a free quote at 281-989-9244, because at Northstar Pressure Washing, we never forget that your image is our business.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
2:59 remaining in this game, and right now Rice, it's on them to win it. 33-21, they just scored 10 plays, 68 yards, 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Ari Broussard scoring his first touchdown on the night, and of course, once again, Rice Owls with a 33-21 win. Just to give you an idea of how well Rice has played offensively. 433 yards of offense for the Rice Owls. JP, you want to tell them how many yards Louisiana has offensively?
Just 168 by my arithmetic. I'm cheating. I'm looking at the stat monitor, too.
So that tells you the defense has played well, right? Obviously.
Yeah, the thing is, the deal about it, as an old East Texas friend of mine who's probably not listening to the broadcast partner, the deal about it is the defense has shown up. The offense has persevered. I mean, you look at McMahon, three tutties, as Coach Bloomgren was saying during the week, but 3 interceptions, too. And I know Mr. Pick Six to my right, a couple seats down, Nate will say, hey, what if they didn't have those pick six again?
Well,
but it's been an all-around great performance by the Owls, all 3 phases.
Before I crack a joke here, yes, it has been, and they played extremely well tonight. But what if, if TJ was on your fantasy football team and you don't have those picks, man, you got a lot of points. You really have a lot of points. So they really got it done well. Kickoff.
10-play, 68-yard drive. Took 6:18. Broussard had the touchdown run for the blue and gray of 2 yards. That touchback goes over the head of the receiver there.
Media.
Smith. A timeout on the field. Rice 33 and Louisiana 21.
Owls are back in action at home.
What a job by the blue and gray. Still one timeout left for Louisiana, so it's by no means over, but getting the 7, you don't win games against teams like this with field goals, and they have, except for that first, but Van Sickle, he had the bookend field goals in the first half, but he, and remember that big penalty, he was lining up for his 3rd field goal. The Owls have capitalized on the other team's mistake as well.
About time. Sometimes those things do work in your favor. What is the old saying? Some nights you are the bug, some nights you are the windshield.
Hammer, nail, yeah.
Yep. And tonight, the Rice Owls are the windshield, and it's good to see that occasionally those things will go their way. And bad calls and all. What you don't like seeing, I think, once again, are the pick sixes. And so far this year, the Rice Owl quarterbacks have thrown 4 pick sixes. The 3 came against USC, the 1 came tonight, and you want to avoid those at all costs. They played well, all 3 phases of the game, they played well other than that. And I think that's the one thing in the postgame Mike Bloomgren's going to talk about. How do we eliminate that? Because coaches tend to focus on what they don't do well. Why waste time focusing on what you do well? You have to make sure that you continue to practice on that, and you don't develop any bad habits. But I think now you got to work on How do you not throw pick sixes, especially when you start talking about the bulk of the schedule coming up soon?
Yeah, next week, the Owls going a skip down the Gulf Freeway, not too far, taking on those Houston Cougars.
Yep.
They fell to Kansas this afternoon, 48-30. So they'll be chomping at the bit. Would you like to? I know you would love to do this.
A hamburger?
That too, or some granola bars that you refuse.
Yes.
But how would you like to be able to sync us up? Listen to us while you sync up your Rice Owls, the TV, get our audio. Go to syncmygame.com, syncmygame.com to find out how. Would you like to know a score or 10 here? UTSA driving with the football. Texas 24, UTSA 20. Last 3 minutes of the third quarter. How about that? A couple UT system schools as Clemson leads La Tech 34-6 in the going to the fourth quarter. Louisiana will have the football here. We are ready to go. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. And they will stick with Woolridge in there at quarterback. Trying to find a guy that can step in for Levi Lewis. They're all-time greats. First and 10, the 25. Dropping back a couple of steps, and Schumann really gives a good love tap to Woolridge as he aired it down the left sideline, incomplete.
Intended receiver was number 13,
trying to get it over to Smith coming out of the backfield.
Nice defense.
Second down and 10, the 25.
I tell you what, Myron Morrison that time was some great defense. A linebacker covering a receiver that time. That's pretty good.
Quint Tidd in there on the defensive line next to Piercy. Second and 10 to 25. Rice by a dozen. 33-21. Back to pass. Woolridge hit by Inachuku as he dumps it left side, but too tall. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Jefferson. Jordan Dunbar back in coverage, setting up a third down and 10 for Rice.
Well, they've faced a lot of pressure.
Louisiana.
And Louisiana's faced a lot of pressure tonight from that front seven of Rice. They've mixed it up a lot, and Brian Smith has done a nice job, defensive coordinator, has done a nice job of mixing up the calls to confuse those young quarterbacks of Louisiana.
Coming close to the 10 o'clock hour here in the Bayou City. Rice trying to knock down Louisiana in the nation's longest winning streak. It'd be one of the biggest wins, and sometimes for the Owls. Dump out of the backfield. Smith bracket against the sideline. Dunbar keeping him in front of him and shoving him out of bounds around the 32. I think they'll give him about 7 yards. Yes, indeed. So third down and 3.
A gain of 8 yards on the play.
Fourth down, I beg your pardon.
Fourth down and 3 after a gain of
This was the team that was actually ranked in the top 25 last year at the end of the season, but then they lost their quarterback, and they didn't start the season ranked.
Receiver Stevens near side. Under the 2.5-minute mark, Rice leading 33-21. We've got a timeout left. Play clock down to 8. And Woolridge finally gets squared up with his OC, Tim Leger, in his first season. Snap comes back at the knees. Looking right. Tips by Fresh. Incomplete. The Owls will get it back. Did he get the pick?
Turnover on downs. It's Rice
trying to get it to Stevens. And the Owls,
number 7, Trey Schumann,
moments away from their biggest win in a long time.
Yeah, it'll be a big win for them because they're beating a team that has a 15-game or the longest winning streak in the nation. But this is really a game they're supposed to win. I mean, it's at home. You know, you got a team that's coming in here not ranked. They're supposed to win this game, and they're playing like it.
Huge test for the Owls. Coach Bloomgren and I talking on his show Monday night at Acme Oyster House. It's the right team at the right time, a big measuring stick game. The Owls have passed that test a lot of ways tonight. They lead by 12, 33-21, 2:10 left. Snap to McMahon, hands to West, trying to chew off this clock. He'll plow his way around the left end. Around the 2-minute mark now, and Louisiana uses its last timeout. Moncrief bring it down West for a gain of 4.
Louisiana
Riley
will take the third and final timeout of the half. Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes, 5 seconds. 2:05.
At 4 seconds back on that clock.
Well,
this is a 30-second.
I'm better if they don't add the 4 seconds, to be honest with you. Take as much time off the clock as you possibly can. And right now, that should be the goal of the Rice Owls. Eat up the clock. They're taking this time out now to call a series of plays are the Raging Cajuns. They want to call a series of plays now because they no longer have any time. So you got to know what you want to do if you do get the ball back. But it's 2nd and 6 now. Rice Owls should continue to drive going. And I'm surprised. I guess they felt like, look, this is our best chance to be able to convert in their own territory, didn't do it, and gave it to Rice in their territory. So let's see what Rice does with it.
2:05, 2nd down and 6. McMahon, 25 of 36, career high, 303 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 picks in this one here. McMahon looking for his 3rd straight win at Rice here at Rice Stadium. Handoff up the middle, and Jones brings down the Owls ball carrier, Uriah West, under the 2-minute mark. So now it's where we get in trouble, Nate. Doing some math, it's a 3rd and 6. And you have about another minute. So depending on if you get the first down, there's an outside chance Louisiana get the ball back, but they are down 12.
Well, yeah, that's why they call it timeout, because they knew there was a chance that they could get the ball back, and you got to get your team in the right mindset in terms of what plays you want to run. Let's see if he gets single coverage out there, Luke McCaffrey.
Owls looking to put that nail down, but they hand to West. He breaks 1 tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and he will move his way between the hashes and get close.
Number 20, West.
See if they come close to measuring it. He needed 5.
It's going to be just short.
Either a first down or a 4th and short, as A.J. Riley, stopped him just short of the first down. 1 minute to go.
That was a really good run there that time by Uriah West. Almost got the first down, and it's 4th and 1 now, so what do you do now? You call in your jumbo set and go ahead and get it.
Got to put that nail in that coffin. Owls already lead by 12. Nothing official by any means. The Owls 9 seconds to snap it. Probably call a stoppage here. And now, play clock down to 1. Mike Lundgren right by the head linesman and calls that timeout. Right. Savor this, Rice fans. A big victory in hands for the Rice, just 31 seconds away. Now, I go back, Nate. This I'd have to look, but just out of memory, Owls 2015, they had a big home win against Army. That's the first one in this facility.
Yep.
That's the first one that comes to mind. And I think, you had the Marshall game, you had the UAB game in Mike Lundgren's tenure, but as far as again, that's why I say right win, right time. This could go up there as the biggest win. Probably right behind Marshall UAB in that close range towards the top. It'd be a big one for Dunleavy be Family Head football coach Mike Lundgren, and an all-around team win if they can just get 31 more seconds off the clock.
Well, you also want to start, better than 500. You want to start with, instead of being 1 and 2, you want to start 2 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
So this is big in regards to that.
Yeah, and it'd be the first time that Rice has done that. 4th down and 1. I formation behind McMahon. Puts Filippi in motion, the tight end. Snap hand to Broussard. He gets the first down.
And
that
Broussard.
will do it. Last play of the game. He goes inside the 20. Lewis brought him down to the turf. 33-21. Clock is stopped there, but it'll start again after that first down move of the chains. And you can celebrate tonight. Rice Owls end the nation's longest winning streak of 15 games by Louisiana. Offense, defense, special teams, they did it all. Rice wins 33-21. They take down the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. What a victory, Nate Griffin.
No question about it. It's a huge victory for the Rice Owls. Once again, now Mike Lundgren and the Rice Owls are 2-1 on the season. They are starting the season winning games after that USC loss. And they do stop the nation's longest winning streak. So congratulations to the Rice Owls for getting it done. This is a big win for them.
Massive win, 300-plus yards for T.J. McMahon, 105 yards for Luke McCaffrey as well, career high for him. Christian Van Sickle, 2 field goals tonight. That's a career high. 4 games with 1 field goal in 2021. Jason Metco will get a word with Coach Bloomgren in a second, and wouldn't mind you trying to get Mccaffrey really quick, if that's possible, Metco or McMahon. Yeah, they've got the school song coming up right now, the alma mater, but we'll get to Coach in a second. But Rice 33 and Louisiana 21. The game started at the Van Sickle field goal, but the Owls' mettle was tested. They trailed twice in that first half. Anderson had the pick six, and after McMahon found McCaffrey, Owls were down again, but then they had a field goal to bring it within one going into the break. But they had that stretch there into the second, last 124 of the second, Nate. Going through the first of the fourth quarter, they had 17 unanswered points. But Brian Smith's defense tonight holds Louisiana to 175 total yards. How about that defense tonight?
Less than 200 yards. That is incredible. You're talking about an offense that has been, in the past, a very, very good offense. Again, Levi Lewis was their star quarterback, and they were amazing. But now with these two quarterbacks they have, you can see if you're using two quarterbacks, you don't have one. But as far as Brian Smith's defense and what they did tonight, all the right reads, made all the right calls, made all the right plays. Other than that, just a couple of plays that, you could get back. But his defense was tremendous. They couldn't play any better. They could not play any better than what they did, and it's a signature win for them in regards to discipline.
Let's go down to Jason Metco.
Coach, your offense in the first half a little bit sluggish. Second half, you find your legs. How much of that was execution? How much of that was halftime adjustments?
Oh, it's some and some. I mean, I think our staff did a great job. The kids took the adjustments, but at the end of the day, we had to execute better than we did in the first half. And thank God we did. What a big win for our program. I'm so proud of our team and the way that they fought and found a way in this game.
Your defense was not as flashy this time around with 5 interceptions like they had last week, but they were consistent as all get up. How did they do it here tonight?
I thought they were amazing. I think they played with exactly what I asked them to, with great technique, great strain, and just a passion for their teammates. When you can see by turning on the film, which everybody's going to see how much they love their teammates when they turn on this film, man, you got something special, and that's a lot of fun.
Speaking of special, you guys have just ended the nation's longest winning streak that they came into the game with. How much satisfaction do you and the team get from that?
Well, I think for our team, it's just proof that we are taking steps. We're continuing to take the steps we talk about, and I'm really proud for them.
Go enjoy it, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, statement win for these boys here tonight. Back to you.
You got McMahon around the 48-yard line. Some hugs there. If you can grab him for a couple quick questions. Jason Metco, I can't see you right now. I will find you eventually. And Rice wins this one 33-21. Where are you at, Metco? I see McMahon. Yeah, there he is. There you go. Tell him JP and Nate want to talk to him. Go ahead.
Okay. TJ, rough first half for you. Second half, you guys found your legs. How are you able to get back out there and take the field so strongly in the second half here tonight?
Short-term memory. It also helps when you have great teammates. They were all coming up to me and saying, hey, flush it, man, flush it. I was like, yep, hell yeah, we're already going to flush it. Next thing, we got a long game ahead of us. We know we can bounce back. Our defense had our backs also. Defense got us the ball back, helped keep the momentum in our favor, so that was awesome. But all my guys around me, they were just like, hey, we got you. Hey, we know what you can do. Let's go out, we'll flush it, come back second half, and we did what we did, and, look how it turned out for us. So great teammates, that's really what it took.
How much of a statement win do you feel this is for you and your group?
I think it's huge, especially, like the rough first half that, I had. It showed, hey, we faced adversity like that, and we came back and we did our thing in the second half. So it shows how battle ready we are and battle tested we are. So, it's going to show, it's going to pay dividends in the end for us, showing that we can go the distance with good teams like that. That 15-game win streak, no average team does that. So this is a big win for us and, for our program as well.
You mentioned that win streak. How long do you celebrate this before you start focusing on U of H next week?
24-hour rule. That's what, I go with. So 24 hours, and then we're back to game plan UH on Monday.
Outstanding. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it
much. Have a good day.
That is TJ McMahon, and boy, what a well-spoken young man, guys. And rough first half, we mentioned with the 3 picks, but boy, this team found resilience in the second half, and what a win for the boys here on South Main tonight. Back up to you guys.
Thank you very much, Jason. You earned the rest of the night off.
Yep.
California cool, TJ McMahon. Rice wins 33-21. More coming up in the Little Woodrow's post-game show. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Hey, Oscar, wake up. Hi, this is Otis and Oscar, the talking spokes oysters for Acme Oyster House. You've probably seen us on TV. My friend Oscar is sleeping. We oysters like our pets. Anyway, drop by tonight for a dozen raw, a dozen char grilled, a seafood platter or po' boy, and maybe a few laughs. Come Acme, bro. Not you. Acme Oyster House. Life's more fun with seafood.
Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment. 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, the official beer partner of Rice Athletics, and now available for purchase everywhere in Texas. The Yingling Company, Fort Worth, Texas. Please enjoy responsibly.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
The passion.
He's going to take it to the house. Dinner's cooking. Touchdown.
The fury.
Getting blitzed. Down he goes.
The speed.
To the 50. To the 40. He's gone.
Best in college football.
For the end zone. Got it for 6 points. You cannot hitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the board. Back to the end zone. 30. 20.
This is the College Football Blitz. Listen all season long on College Sports Now on the Varsity Network. On the Rice Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Little Woodrow's postgame show. Coming up, postgame reaction, including stats and highlights, other scores, and a look ahead at what's next for the Owls.
Rice Owls take the victory over these Louisiana Ragin' Cajun. Final tally of 33-21. A lot coming up here in the Little Woodrow's postgame. Stay with us. Stats, scores, and we'll hear more from guys down in the press room. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Whether running a marathon or walking your dog, every movement matters. But when you're in pain, simple activities can feel unbearable. At Houston Methodist Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our specialists can help you heal faster using the latest technology, minimally invasive procedures, and advanced physical therapy. As the top-ranked hospital in Texas, we have the expertise to keep you moving and help you get back to doing the things you love. Houston Methodist, leading medicine.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands Canned Cocktails are made with 6 times distilled crab vodka at a sturdy 10% ABV to ensure you never have to sacrifice the quality of your provisions. Now available in 6 natural flavors, including raspberry lemonade, ruby red grapefruit, cherry limeade, cranberry and vodka soda, and vodka tonic classic. Follow the adventure on Instagram at @DrinkAllHands and try these bar-strength cocktails for yourself at the next game. All Hands, damn fine cocktails. Proud sponsor of Rice Athletics.
Northstar Pressure Washing, the only power washing company you will ever need for all your commercial and residential properties. Serving Houston and the surrounding areas for over 10 years, and now a proud sponsor for Rice University sports programs. Call us today for a free quote at 281-989-9244, because at Northstar Pressure Washing, we never forget that your image is our business.
DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites is the preferred hotel for anybody visiting the Medical Center, the Museum District, or Rice University. We offer the largest suites in the Medical Center, complete with full kitchens, and our full-service restaurant and outdoor pool will make your stay complete. We look forward to having you experience the DoubleTree by Hilton Houston Medical Center Hotel and Suites soon. And if you need a group rate or 10 or more rooms, don't forget to call 713-528-7744. That's 713-528-7744.
Dallas victorious 33-21 over the Louisiana Ragin' Cajun. I love what TJ McMahon just told our own Jason Metco. You don't have a, paraphrasing, you don't have a bad team that comes in with a 15-game winning streak like that. Just
right.
Their 4th loss going back the last 34 games. They were 36-5 since the start of the 2019 season. Yes, they lost a lot. Yes, their coach went to Florida, but it's a 2-0 team coming in. Big litmus test. And you just heard Mike Lundgren also say that. The right win, Nate, at the right time, and it went the Owls' favor tonight.
Yeah, right win, right time. And
it's a little different. But I tell you what, Rice is also different. And I go back. I'm going to say it again, JP. You've heard me say it 1,000 times already. If you don't have the 3 picks, those 3 pick sixes, I know you guys are going to get tired of hearing me say it. But tonight, another pick six thrown. I just look at this team, and you can tell they're just different. They're just different. They're just so much better than the Bloomgren teams of the past. This is his kind of football team, and it took him a while to build it, but finally he has it, and they're right where they need to be. Now, eliminate the bad throws, eliminate the pick sixes. You got something.
Mm-hmm. And you heard what Seven said right there, right?
Yeah.
Flush it.
Yeah.
They
you got to flush it.
On the ramp going up there into the locker room. It's like, hey, we're flushing it. We're talking about it. Coach used the phrase with us, you can't get sped up. No. And he did not have a perfect game, but still threw north of 300 and 3 touchdowns. And that's what's promising is that he's still, McMahon, talking about number 7, has room to improve.
Sometimes your mind can speed up a little bit more than you need it to when you're out on the field. The game has to slow down and come to you. And for him in the second half, that's what happened. The game slowed down a little bit for him. They probably drew up some plays that would help him slow the game down. And certainly that is what happened. That's what we saw. And you saw a much better performance. 3 picks in the first half, none in the second half. And that's what you needed to see.
Stay tuned. More coming up in our Little Woodrow's postgame. Rice victorious over the Louisiana Raging Cajuns, 33-21. This is Rice football from Learfield.
Before you depart, you gotta park. The parking spot is a simpler, easier way to navigate airport parking, and you can save when you book online. You're guaranteed a spot, and we even pick you up at your trunk in our yellow and black spotted shuttles and take you straight to the terminal. Parking and saving come full circle at the parking spot. The parking spot, proud sponsor of Rice University. Visit theparkingspot.com to reserve your spot today.
Have no post-game plans? You do now. Head down the street to Little Woodrow's in Rice Village and relax over indoor and outdoor games, sports, and drink specials that a college student can't refuse. All you have to do is bring your student ID to enjoy $2.50 domestic drafts. Also, don't miss out on our Thursday college nights as we've got $2 domestic drafts and $3 shot specials. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram to stay up to date on all of our upcoming events and specials. Little Woodrow's, the official Rice Owls game day headquarters.
Houston, we have a cocktail. All Hands Canned Cocktails are made with 6 times